Welcome back to Grassroots Media and welcome back to West Greene High School for tonight's Biggie's Deli pregame show, the prelude to the Corner Pond Friday Night Lights presented by Tommie's Plumbing Game of the Week. We've got the whole band here. We've got Chef Kirk on the camera. We've got DJ Adrian Nostradamus Salzman that's joined me here in the booth for the pregame show, the Biggie's Deli pregame show. The Motion Creative Media film crew is over getting their high-dollar cameras out, ready to be on the field, getting some awesome highlight footage that we will then edit later this weekend. It's got a big game feel to it, Coach.
Because it's a big game, buddy.
Big game feel. The radio or the sound of whatever this is playing is pumping through my ears and driving me absolutely insane. I will tell you that much right now. So, tonight, South Greene, West Greene. You are.
Oh, man, the kid just ate it down there.
You are
he
a
tried
man.
to jump over the caution tape. He just ate it right into that field.
He
Jay's
broke the
field
caution
back
tape.
here. Yeah, he did. Jay's gonna be up. He broke down the fence post. And he left it. Okay.
Well,
yeah.
I think that says a lot for the caution tape. The caution tape didn't break. The fence post fell down.
Man, who is that kid?
I don't know. But here tonight, here on the Biggie's Deli pregame show, we're looking out here. Nobody has shoulder pads on yet. We see a lot of maroon. We see a lot of blue. The South Greene side has fans that are filing in. The J. Early field is being full, or it's filling up right now.
It's being fulled, yeah.
It's being fulled. It's filling up right now with overflow parking.
What's he charging? $5 to park?
If he is, hey, inflation's not touched the J. Early parking game. I'll tell you that much right
He's a good
now.
Man.
So, this game here tonight, you gave us your prediction. You told us a little bit about it. Talk a little bit about the history. I had a question earlier today, actually. It was come from my good buddy Kirk here. I had a question earlier today. What is the genesis of the milk can? First question. There you go.
You put me on the spot.
I put you on the spot. You are the West Greene historian.
Ethel Bible, I think was her name. I never had the fortune of meeting her. I really don't even know how it came about, to be honest with you. But she's the one that supplied the milk can, or maybe I don't.
I believe
somebody else
the
may have
legend
had an
goes.
idea for it.
I believe the legend goes is that first year that these two teams played, after they were both established as schools, and you'd gone away from like St. James and Malsheim High School and all that.
Yeah.
The two schools had football teams, and the first time that they played, they wanted to play for something.
Sure.
And Ethel provided.
She was a secretary here.
She provided the milk can.
Yeah.
And because at the time, dairy farming was probably one of the most popular.
Right after tobacco.
Right after tobacco,
Here,
and maybe a tie at that time. Tobacco started, 50s, 60s, probably not. But they were both very, very high, certainly more than beef cattle farming at the time.
Sure.
Dairy farming was a huge deal, and so milk can made sense for South Greene.
And what if it had been a tobacco stick? What if it had that instead of a milk can? I wonder if they weighed those options.
Well, maybe. Probably would have been pretty tough to write down the winners and scores on a tobacco stick.
Yeah.
That may have been what they chose.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But a milk can, and that's where it comes from.
Barry Carter, he would know. He was alive when that
Barry
happened.
Carter was alive when that happened.
He was in high school. He was on that first team. All 4'8" of him.
He is an old man.
Very old. Yeah.
He is an old man. He is one who can certainly speak to the rivalry that is the milk can game. You played in 2 milk can games?
Yes.
3? 2?
2.
2. You played in 2 milk can games.
2, coaching 2.
You might be one of the most competitive people I know, and I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. Is it safe to say that you do not like the maroon team on the south side of the river?
So we got Apex Bank provided us shirts this year. And our shirts were 2 helmets clashing, a West Greene helmet and a South Greene maroon helmet clashing. I wore that shirt to school today.
As you should.
But I made sure and altered the maroon helmet. I put some blue painter's tape over everything that was maroon because I didn't want maroon touching my chest. So if that whatever if that means whatever you think it means.
I think that is a good way to answer my question with an illustration.
It's my favorite rivalry. I'll say that.
It's your favorite rivalry.
Yeah.
So talking about this rivalry, you kind of talked about anything before 2009. Obviously, the milk can stayed on the south side of the river, had a pretty permanent home over there. A lot of wins for the South Greene Rebels in that time frame. Joe Case comes to West Greene in the fall of 2007. And even though he doesn't win that year, nor does he win the following year in 2008, I believe he gets his first win over the Rebels in 2009 and goes on a bit of a streak there.
Yeah.
You had a little bit of a hand in some of those games, either as working in the booth or working as an assistant coach.
Yeah, that was my senior year when he came in, and it really just kind of a culture shock for the way that he wanted things done, and I think he did a fantastic job, turning us from what we were to what we became over the next few years. And
yes,
I always liked that he did this. He always talked about that first class of ours, kind of being the building block for turning, and we bought into it full go, and you give your best effort, and we won one game that year.
We did.
Beat North Greene. I think the next year y'all won 5.
Won 5, should have won 7.
Sure. It just kind of took off from there a little bit, and had a lot of success. And it's something you take a lot of pride in. And I tell you what, man, there's a couple guys on this field that's been out here for every bit of that. Clint Hahn, Jay Early, Mark Greenley.
Yeah, they are.
You think about how much those 3 guys have done for this football program, this school,
for this
the last
community.
20 years, last community. I mean, those guys are awesome. They mean a lot to me, man.
They do. They mean a whole lot to me. I mean, those 3 guys are all 3 guys, in addition to Joe Case, who we talked about earlier, head coach Evan Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
They coached him for 4 years in high school. Talking about this year and this year's game. Last year's game, we knew it was going to be a dogfight going in. We knew that West Greene last year probably had the edge from a talent standpoint, from a record standpoint, from just a trajectory of the season standpoint. We knew that West Greene probably had the edge. They win a 16-14 game that really wasn't decided until Ethan Turner intercepts the pass there in the fourth quarter with under a minute to go.
Yep.
Moving forward to this year, a lot has changed. West Greene's offensive line, obviously they lose a lot from the offensive line. They still have some of those same skill players, but they're not as deep in a lot of the places that it matters. South Greene, on the other hand, they move Korner Race to really the defensive side of the ball and a backup running back. They insert Nash Rader, who's come onto the scene and excuse the pun, has ran all over the place. Jacob Susong has been able to throw it when he has to. He's not somebody that has shown us yet that he can beat you with his arm. But when you look at these teams, you've watched West Greene play a couple of times. You know what West Greene has. You maybe have seen some of South Greene so far this season. But when you look at this game, the first thing I want to ask you is, for West Greene, if you're in the locker room for West Greene tonight and you're giving them their 3 keys to the game, what would be your 3 keys for victory for the Buffaloes?
That was a lot there.
Sorry.
I think everything that you said about last year's game for us, we were trending in the right direction. We were going a little bit better skill, everything like that. I think everything could be applied to this year, but roles reversed. I think South Greene's probably in a little bit better position than we are. And you look at last year's game, it came down to the very end.
Yes.
I think the same thing happens tonight. Huge for us tonight is turnovers. We got to win the turnover battle. Like I said, you lose the turnover battle, you get down, you have 3 turnovers, and South Greene has none. This may be a bad night. You know what I mean?
So key number 1.
We take care of the ball. I think we can have a lot of success. So key number 1 is turnovers, yes. Key number 2, keep that clock running, baby. We want to keep it on the ground. We want to ground and pound. That's what we do. We got to be physical at the line. We got to win that battle. We got to keep that clock running.
Stay ahead of the chains.
Sure.
Get the first down.
Stay on schedule, as they say with
they
the
like
college games. I don't know what I did there.
You messed with our short.
Yeah.
There you go.
Number 3, I think you got to limit the big plays for them. Now, through the air, on the ground. Special teams is huge. Jay Early, get your boys ready. Special teams is huge in a game like this. But I think you got to limit the big plays as much as we can. You do all three of those things, and I think we're right there in the thick of it. We got a shot to win. You have, if we struggle with those three things, it's going to be a tough night for us. And really, you could say those three things for South Green too. I mean,
so conversely,
I
if
think
you're South Green, you have to force the turnovers.
If I'm being neutral, I don't know if I'm supposed to be or not, but if I'm being neutral, those three keys games probably apply to either one of us. But I think it's more important for us in a game like this where we're overmatched. I don't know overmatched, but they got a little more skilled guys than we do and stuff like that. And, they're 4-0. Is that right?
They are 4-0.
They're feeling good about themselves. I mean, we're in a position where we got to try to stop that early.
Got to set the tone early.
But in games like this, and it really doesn't matter what sport it is, you got to weather the punch early and to just keep going at them.
A lot of nerves in this game. When you talked about this as your favorite rivalry game, I think that it's probably true for everybody that's ever played sports, especially football. There's something about – I walked into the West Greene locker room earlier before I came up here to start setting up, and I was in there talking to Coach Hahn and Coach Monroe. And, the boys were in the locker room relaxing in there, just,
I don't know how you can relax. I couldn't relax before a game like
this.
Well,
relaxing, but they have a little bit of they have more stuff to distract them now. They have the phones and tablets.
I had an old MP3 player.
Not only did you have an MP3 player, but you also had in the old weight room, you had the I Am a Champion.
Oh yeah.
Repeating over and over and over again.
Barry
Champions
Carter had a record
3.
player.
So, but you get in here before any high school football game, and your nerves are really just kind of all over the place. They're you're hyped up, you're excited, you're ready to go, and it's any given Friday night. It's that way with any sport, but when it's Friday night, especially in football season, there's going to be a very large crowd that's going to be here to watch you. That there's going to be a lot of people watching you on Grassroots Media. That there's going to be a lot of people listening to you on the radio. It's one of those things that it's a big game, but you make this a West Greene, South Greene rivalry, and you've played in this game. Do your nerves intensify? Does the sweaty palms, do they get sweatier with this game?
I think, obviously, anybody would tell you this. Pre-game, yes. You think about it a little bit, it probably affects you some. Once kickoff starts, man, it's a ball game. But I will say this, and people don't say this a lot of times, but I think it's true. The other time that you think about it being a rivalry game is towards the end of the game. If you're getting a close game, I think you get kind of, I do anyways, you get kind of up in knots a little bit, not just because of the game, but because of who you're playing,
right,
and what it means to you.
You look across that field, you see the name on that jersey.
It means something.
It does. And it's one of those games where the energy is, here's a word for you, it's palpable. You can feel that.
You got a dictionary up here?
No, I just.
I'm a driver's ed teacher, man.
Well, that's true. But you have a degree in history, so you've had to write. And I've seen videos that you've put together about talking about Napoleon. Was it? Who was it you had to do your little?
Let's not broadcast it. We don't want people going and finding it.
I think we're going to find that.
The kids resurface it like every 4 or 5 years.
We may have to find that, download that, and play that on a pregame show.
It's
Biggie's Deli pregame show. So when you look at that, though, you talk about the anxiety that's there, the rivalry that's there. Obviously, you've got the keys of the game. You've got your keys that you gave, and I think I agree, rightfully so. The same can be said for South Greene. I think South Greene has to come out. They have to force turnovers. They have to be aggressive on defense. They have to limit the big plays from West Greene. They have to weather the punch because West Greene, you know as well as I do, that Evan Monroe, Coach Hahn, Clinton Hahn, it's hard to call him Clinton. Clinton Hahn, Mark Greenlee, Jay Early, all those guys that have been around this program for a while. They know Joe Case very, very well. They know his tendencies. Joe came to me before the Chucky Doak South Greene game. He handed me what do we call that? The packet that he puts together every week.
The scouting report.
The scouting report. I forget the word slipped my mind. He hands me a scouting report, and I'm instantly brought back to 2008.
It ain't changed.
It's not changed.
Ours is still the same too.
Well, and you look at that, and just how prepared that a Joe Case defense is.
Yeah.
So you know that West Greene coaches know that. And you know that when they come out here tonight that they're going to be in formations, they're going to run plays that they've not put on film yet because they know how well of a job that Joe Case does preparing. So if you're South Greene, you have to be telling your guys, look, we know and we understand very, very well that they're going to come out, they're going to give us something we've not yet seen. They're going to come out, they're going to be doing things that we're not prepared for, and they may score on a big play, and they may go up early. You know, we may be tied after one quarter, tied after halftime. It's a tight game, but you have to weather, as you said, you have to weather that first punch if you're South Greene as well. And then finally, I think for South Greene, the biggest deal, they have to win the battle up front, because if they can control the line of scrimmage in this game, I think that they have the ability to get those skill players into open space and do what they need to do.
Yeah, I think that's why it's so important for us to control the line of scrimmage, because if South Greene is controlling the line of scrimmage and getting the ball to the athletes in space with 2 or 3 yard head start, that's tough. It's tough enough as it is,
yes.
But you give them a good line play in front of that. They're pretty dangerous like that.
Well, Coach, when we come back from commercial break, we're going to get our final thoughts here before this game. We're going to let you get down to your regular spot down on the I guess that would be the north end zone.
Yeah, down there with my wife and my child and Big
Julian.
Marty.
I see Julian down there too.
Marty's made it out for the first game tonight. I'm glad he's here tonight.
Adam Hamer.
Hamer's down there. I think Juice is coming down there. He just texted me a minute ago. I think
he's there.
In.
I see him there now. So got a lot going on. When we come back from commercial break, we'll get some final thoughts here from Coach Sauceman, and then we will turn it over to Barry Carter, the coach, the legend, the 100-year-old historian of West Greene lore. We'll turn it over to him and Brian Staten right after this here on the Biggie's Deli pregame show on Grassroots Media. Back here on the Biggie's Daily pregame show. Final thoughts, Coach. I know it's hard for you to be neutral. When you look, though, if you are, you know Clinton Hahn pretty well.
Yeah.
I feel like y'all are pretty good friends. He assisted you with baseball for a while. He's offensive coordinator for the Buffaloes. Buffaloes win the coin toss. They elect to receive if that's what they so choose. First play of the game, what would you call?
What would I call, or what was he going to call? I think first play of the game, I don't think he's going to go with anything super crazy. I think that'll be if we get that first down, then on that first down play.
Okay.
I think that's where you hit him with something a little
razzle dazzle. A little razzle dazzle.
Yeah. Cooking up something in the lab there.
So, non-football question.
Okay.
Baseball field.
Sure.
Really beautiful condition. Where most fields have grass on the dirt right now.
Yeah.
What are you doing to keep that down? Dragging every day?
It's not every day, but yeah, it's a lot of work. I will say I went out. I was out at South Greene the other day, about a week ago. Old Dalton over, I don't know, his field looks quite like mine right now.
We talked about it last week.
Yeah.
It's under construction.
What's he building? A dome?
Well, he's not plowing up his corn like on Field of Dreams. But
well, if he ain't careful, he's going to have a hay field in his dirt. because that's where he's getting to.
Well, that's what I had at Mossheim for years. It's not optimal for baseball.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
No, we put a lot of work in that thing. Try to keep up with it all year. Because if you keep up with it all year, it's a lot more manageable than.
Coach Lance Knight at Hiwassee, my first year of college baseball, one of his famous sayings that I still use just talking to myself today and then to other people: get your work done early.
Yeah.
Get your work done early. You ain't got to do it late.
We could throw down some lines on it, and I'd have to shape up the mound a little bit, and then be ready to play. We could play on tonight.
I mean, it looks like it. Looks like that's the case. We've got West Greene. We've got South Greene. We've got your pick. We've talked about this rivalry. If you're watching this game tonight, you probably don't need to really have a lot of education on how big this game is. Coach, I appreciate you joining me for both the high school game day show represented. That show is represented by McAfee McAfee Attorneys at Law, and being with us here on this Biggie's Deli pregame show. At the end of the day, you're a Buffalo. That's why you keep saying we and us and everything else.
Yeah, I guess I'm not real good at this, being impartial. Anyway.
Well, you don't have to be impartial. That's why we get hometown people to come up here and talk. It's no secret who you're a fan of. Everybody knows. It's your reputation precedes you.
Yeah.
But when it comes to stuff like this, we've talked about it. At the end of the day, the older we get, the further we get removed from high school and those rivalries and everything else, and it becomes a little bit more about the kids, the more that we understand that it is about the kids and that we love to support this sport. You can feel that palpable energy here tonight. I know you're going to give us a good go Buffs here in just a second. But I've said all week I think this game could be 4 or 5 score game. It could be. But sitting here, feeling this energy, I feel like it could be a close game. I feel like it could be a good game. Hopefully we're in for it. We hope to see you again sometime down the road, whether it's here or whether it's during basketball season, baseball season. Hope to have you again here on Grassroots Media.
Well, I hope to be around during baseball season, yeah.
Well, you never know. It's a long time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they may fire me. Who knows?
Well, if they fired you, then who's going to take care of the field?
Yeah.
So, all right, Coach, a little under 18 minutes to go before kickoff. We're going to take a short break. We're going to stay right here as far as the camera goes. We're not going to run any commercials, but we're going to take a short break, switch over to the radio. You're going to hear the last little bit of the pregame show of Brian Staten and the Coach Barry Carter, and they're going to have the call on WIKQ. Stay right here with us on YouTube. You've been watching the Biggie's Deli pregame show. Next, we have the Corner Pond Friday Night Lights presented by Tommie's Plumbing, the game of the week here on Grassroots Media.
Go Buffs.
around here, so we pretty much know something about it. And of course, the defense is the exact same. Coach Case brought that with him here, so we feel like we know a little bit what they're doing. It's just you just got to line up and play. So, and that's the thing about it. You can know the playbook frontwards and backwards, but you just got to line up and play the game because you don't know what they're going to run. But Daniels is, he does good. Last year, we had a hard time keeping him in the pocket, and then he'd take off running. So we've worked real hard this week to make sure we can keep him under control and know where he's at all times. And they got some athletes. We saw them up at the Jamboree, and we watched them on film. In the last couple of weeks, we just had some bad luck. Go down to Eagleton. I think they had some turnovers that cost them, and Last week against Unicoi, it just kind of snowballed there early, and it looked like they were down 28-0 before they get anything going. And when you're down 28-0 in high school before you get anything going, that's tough to come back. But it's a dangerous game. This is probably going to be their Super Bowl, and so we know we're going to get the best they got, and we'll see what happens.
Doc Moody is a tough, running back. He runs downhill. Ian Kiefer's a guy that is coming on. I think your concerns, you want to be concerned about you. Your defensive line was the area you lost some. Right there at linebacker, you lose a guy that does everything. Physicality has to be key this week. They're going to preach it. You have always preached it. Do you feel as if you can be more physical than them?
Oh yeah, we got to. That's what we preach here at South Greene, and physicality just doesn't happen overnight. You gotta have it, within you, and then also I think it has a lot to do with who you play. To me, one of the impressive things with their season this year, in 4 games, we've beaten a 3A, 4A, and 5A school. The only 2A school we played is a conference game. So what we feel, and then the rest for non-conference, we got 2 more 4A schools. And we feel that's what makes us tough. And it's good in the preseason when you scrimmage the Gatlinburg Pittmans and the Northviews, and they tell us that the reason they do it is because we're going to be physical, and it's always going to make them better. So we feel like, here at South Greene, we are going to preach physicality, and we're going to try to do that. I think, about halfway through the season last year, we kind of got away from it a little bit, and then we changed things in practice and felt like we got it back here at the end of the year, and I felt like that's why we went on the run. So we've kind of continued that this year. So we're going to continue to do what we do around here and practice and everything, and we just got to be more physical. We might be small, but I promise you we'll bring a punch.
Joel Burns has been, could be a little bit selective with some of his offensive guys out there, but Susong and Rader, and then you got Trey Gentry, who's really coming on, and Blair, and some others that go on along there, and guys to Connor Race, that solid offense. But how can they be any better, and will they have to be better this week?
Oh yeah, every day you see stuff that you want to get better at. Last week, we felt like Nash was getting pushed out in front of his blockers, so we worked on that this week so he could underneath his blockers like he's supposed to, and and just little things is what we got to work on. Susong's throwing the ball well. He threw the interception of the night, and we got on him about that. He underthrew the ball into double coverage, and that was really the only other. Actually, the only other turnover we've had all year was the interception at going into halftime against Crockett. So, but there's things you always get better at, and that's one thing about high school ball, and especially about football when you just play once a week. You can get very, very complacent in the middle of the year because you're practicing every day. Luckily, the weather's changed on us in the last week. It's went from hot to where it's manageable now. So that's the thing right there you're kind of looking at. But we just gotta work on us and work on the small things. And but we did talk as a coaching staff. The small things can lead to bigger things throughout the year if you don't fix them. Because we felt like we're playing well for 4 games, but if we don't fix the stuff, the mental stuff, and that kind of stuff, then it can keep us from where we want to go throughout the year.
All right, you've already said it, Super Bowl. It's really that way for both of these communities. How special is this rivalry?
Well, it's always big. I think it's the longest one in Greene County. You're playing for the milk can, and like you say, again, just like when you played Chucky Doak 2 weeks ago, you got to live with those guys for the rest of your life. The seniors. You want to get that last win when you graduate. Last year's group didn't get to taste that, and they were very upset about it. So, we just got to go down there and play well. We know we're going to get their best. That's the way it is. They may have not played well the last couple of weeks. They may, be sitting there with the 2 wins they got the first year, and again, not played well, but we're going to get their best. And we got to match that, and we feel like if we do that, we'll be fine.
It is the oldest football rivalry in Greene County. He's South Greene head coach Sean Jones. I don't know if he's been part of all of them, but he's been part of a bunch. The Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week continues after this.
High-speed broadband internet is almost here. The Greeneville Energy Authority continues hanging new lines for the broadband internet network, which will be available to residents inside the Greeneville city limits. And as more funding is available, GEA looks to extend those services throughout Greene County. You've seen the men and women out working high in their bucket trucks installing the new lines, and they've been through your neighborhood to let all of their customers know when and where they'll be working. GEA crews, they're your neighbors too. Greeneville Energy Authority, making the connection.
The Friday night game of the week, the presentation of Gateway Ford Nissan. And now, the coach, Barry Carter and Brian Staten.
Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week, the rivalry, South Greene and West Greene for the milk can. Joined by West Greene head coach Evan Monroe, who's been a part of a few of these, I guess you could say. Let's go back to a game that last week that as I'm sitting here watching, I probably was in just as much disbelief as you were, and I couldn't believe first 4 offensive possessions for Unicoi, they take all the snaps on your side of the field. And it's not that you shot yourselves in the foot, couldn't get out of your own way. Sometimes that happens, but how proud of your team were you to be able to at least rebound and put together a decent late second quarter and second half?
You know, we talked about them in the second half. We come out there in halftime and we sit and talk to them about, you know, having a little pride and not quitting, not laying down. You know, it's easy to look at the scoreboard at halftime and see that you're down big, and it's easy to quit. And, you know, we told them, boys, it don't matter what the score is. You take every play serious, you win the rep, you go fight, have a little pride, play for the guy next to you. And, you know, they went out and did that. So, you know, to show a little bit of resilience in the face of adversity was good for us. I was happy to see how we responded.
It was a solid second half for sure. And a team now that maybe takes a little bit of that into this week. I'm sure there's not a whole lot of hype. I'm sure there's not a whole lot that needs to be said this week about getting ready. Now it's about the preparation. What do you need to see differently from what you saw last week as unbeaten South Greene comes into West Greene?
You know, I think our special teams have to be better as a group. You know, when you're doing kickoff and they're getting it on the 40, the 45, or even on the other side of the 50, giving themselves a short field, and then kickoff return, you're starting on your own 15, 20-yard line, giving a team a short field, having to only drive 40, 50 yards versus having to drive 80. It's a big difference. So our special teams need to be a lot better this week. It's something we've really preached and harped and practiced. You know, they've got some good athletes that we've got to try to contain and keep from making a big play. So, you know, special teams is a big emphasis this week. You know, our defense didn't play terrible last week. First series, they started on their own 36. It took them 9 plays to score. So, you know, to be able to hold them that long is, you know, something we can build off of to take a little pride in our defense. So I'm excited to see what we come out and do this week.
South Greene last week was extremely opportunistic defensively, forcing 8 turnovers. And I think that's kind of the motor that gets them going. I know Dawson has improved at the quarterback position, but how much more impactful does he need to be? How much more mindful does he need to be with making sure he's on time and delivering a ball that's on time in the event of a pass?
You know, we've worked with him really hard the past few weeks. We've challenged him and told him, like, dude, we're going to go as far as you take us. And he's really stepped up to that challenge. You know, he started off the year doing not great. I mean, through 2 games, his completions were terrible. His completion percentage was, awful. You know, the past couple games, he's really stepped it up and played a whole lot better. So you start to see the leader in him that we knew he could be, but he's finally taking that role and taking it more serious and realizing, hey, this team will go as I go. So when I'm up and I'm ready, we're going to be up and ready. So it's been great for him on a personal level to see him grow. And, you know, I'm excited to see what he does Friday night.
It's a game that I'm sure these guys are looking forward to. Absolutely. I know those guys south of the river are looking forward to this, being part of this rivalry. What does it mean for you and for these guys as you get ready for this game?
You know, this is one of those games that you remember forever. You know, I remember my first milk can game that we won out South Greene my junior year. You know, I remember the heartbreaking sophomore milk can game where we lost 3-0 here in the Mud Bowl. You know, those wins and losses stick with you. You know, it's a game that it's not hard to get excited for. You know what's on the line. Some of these young guys are learning what it really means. These older guys are like, boys, it's game time. Mm-hmm. Let's take it to the new level this week, and they have, and I'm excited for us. But this rivalry, man, it's one of the oldest ones around, and it's intense. It's always a good game.
South Greene alum Sean Jones and West Greene alum Evan Monroe square off tonight for the Battle of the Can for the 51st time. The Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week kicks off next.
Let's go 90 seconds.
Rusty's Tire and Alignment's construction of their new building now allows them to offer even more services to their customers. Their new state-of-the-art alignment machine lets them align larger vehicles like the crew cab long bed trucks. So call Rusty at 639-7447 for details or to schedule your alignment. And when you need new tires, check out the lineup of name brand tires at Rusty's Tire and Alignment, located at 1044 West Summer Street in Greeneville.
Ace Hardware on West Main is the place for automotive keys. Our brand new Duracell Key Center programs remotes, push-button smart keys, and fobs. We have over 100 models in stock. Unlock the savings of up to 60% when compared to dealer prices. Call us with your vehicle's make, model, and year at 639-6223. Visit acegrimble.com or stop by the store Monday through Saturday. Ace, the helpful place, 1023 West Main Street.
Ace, the helpful place.
This is Joseph with the McAfee McAfee Law Firm. You're the people that make us proud of the work we do. When one of you is injured in an accident, the first question we ask is your name, not your claim number. We stand for the people of our community every day, working to get the settlement you deserve. We are McAfee McAfee attorneys, and we make your problems our problems. We're the right firm right now. Check out our sweet new website, McAfeeattorneys.com, or call us day or night at 638-7000.
The Friday night game of the week, the special presentation of Gateway Ford Nissan. Brought to you by
The Marathon Quick Stop Markets, Roberts Furniture and Mattress Gallery, your Greeneville Energy Authority, by Greeneville Federal Bank, Ashley Drug Center, by Hometown Realty and Auction, Ace Hardware, Roto-Rooter of Greeneville, Andrew Johnson Bank, Rusty's Tire and Alignment, Baileyton Drug Company, by Terry's Flooring, Southbound Real Estate, Davy Crockett TA Travel Center, by Town & Country Pharmacy, by Food City, and by Gateway Ford Nissan.
And now, Friday nights under the lights with the coach, Barry Carter and Brian Staten. Once again, Brian Staten.
Tonight, the 50th edition of South Green and West Green squares off here on top of Old Big Ridge in Maasai. Brian Staten and the coach Barry Carter's been part of a few of these great rivalries between these two teams, and there's no reason for any motivational speech to get up for this contest. A game that, as both coaches noted, you may have picked up on that, stays with you for your life.
I told my kids, I said, you would never forget what you're doing right now, because 20 years down the road, when you run into one of your old teammates, you'll start talking about it. You remember that time? And then I've had people come, but I don't know why my stomach's a tore up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm up here away from everything, but maybe it's what I ate for supper. I don't know.
That's just what it means to be part of this rivalry, I believe. Coach.
I believe you're right.
Tonight, South Green enters at 4-0, and they have done a phenomenal job defensively. That Rebel defense is back. Last year, they gave up over 22 points per contest. Labored early in the year, got it together, finished 6-6. But this season, they have opened up with 2 shutouts and 4 wins. And they've also got 16 takeaways through those 4 games, including 8 of them last week, and scored 3 times off those defensive scoop and score interceptions. Meanwhile, the West Green Buffaloes, after opening the season with 2 straight wins, have lost their last 3, including a conference game. This is a conference game, and according to South Green head coach Sean Jones, that's the importance of tonight. Yes, not lost on anything. You not only do you get can, but it's also a conference win for these teams and another step closer to a potential home berth, or at least an appearance in the postseason. South Green stands at 1-0 in the league. Atop the league is Hampton at 2-0, and then Eagleton Academy and Happy Valley each 1-1. West Green looks for their first win on their second conference game, and Cumberland Gap is 0-2 here in the Region 1-2A. So down the road, they've got this different scheduling that has gone on, so there's some teams, even in different regions, haven't even played a conference game. Gatlinburg-Pittman, as a matter of fact, ends the season, their last 5 games, all in conference. So it's a very interesting showdown. Coach, here tonight, a West Green team and a South Green team that square off with a lot on the line.
I bet you there's nobody on the South Green sideline nor anybody on the West Green sideline that knows what the other team's record is. Okay?
I guarantee it.
Right now, all they're thinking about, you've heard it all week, okay? The conference game, the milk can. But right now, all these players are doing at this point in time, they're putting all that stuff behind them, and they're looking across and seeing teams with a different color than what they like, and they don't like that color.
Right, that's about it. Sean Jones is the longest tenured coach in the county, and it's not saying much with Evan Monroe first year.
Yeah.
North Green Eric Tilson second year. Billy Kaler Chucky Oak first year. But it does say something about his longevity at South Green. He is the winningest coach in South Green history with 83 victories for the Rebels.
That's pretty impressive. Now I'll give him that. I didn't know that till you said that. So yeah, and it takes 83. That don't seem like much. Well, you won't play but 10 games a year.
Exactly right. In 15 seasons, that's about 6 wins a year. Comes to what it comes out to, so not bad in the greater scheme.
I would. I know an old coach would have took it in a heartbeat.
Absolutely, that's right. All right, well, South Green, and you know what else tonight is, Coach?
What?
A lot has been lost on this. Tonight decides a potential county champion.
Oh, gosh, yeah, absolutely. Yes, sir. Yeah, and that's – I'm going to tell you something, man. I believe the can means something and the county championship means something because I've been personally involved in both those, and it means something to these both programs, all the programs.
Keyshawn Ingram is sick this week, so it's going to be Connor Race who's going to be kicking off. South Green has won the toss, deferred to the second half. And so Connor Race, foot to leather, and this county championship and milk can game is underway. As a short kick will be fielded by Franklin at the 20, and he falls on it at the 25-yard line. And that's where the West Green Buffaloes will take over 1st and 10 as they go left to right on your radio.
Turned out to be a good kick. That thing hits the ground. I'm telling you, Brian, it's like I've said before, it's pointed at both ends. And it just kind of it didn't take a normal hop to Franklin. It just shot up at him, and he was able to knock it down and then pick it up. He couldn't catch it clean, but at least he did cover it if you're a West Green fan.
1st down and 10 for the West Green Buffaloes. They move left to right. They'll go back split in the backfield. Kiefer along with Garber. Daniels in the pistol. They'll hand it off to Garber. Check that. It's going to be Daniels who's going to keep it as they look to go a little misdirection. Fooled me a bit, but the middle of that defensive line was not full for the South Green Rebels as they're on the stop. Is going to be Lucas Couch. It'll be no gain, 2nd and 10.
Well, I don't take much to fool me, but he sure did me because I thought Garber had it going left in. I said, man, he's got some running, and he turns around and looks back. I thought, what's he doing?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, astutely, you picked up it. Daniels didn't hand it to him.
2nd down and 10. Couch in for Ingram as well, a bit banged up and injured. Also in there, Zeke Rader at that linebacking position and Connor Race for the South Green Rebels. This handoff coming near side is going to be Moody, and Dion Blair is going to be there, getting some help from Jacob Warren of the South Green Rebels. And that, despite that it looked like much, still a gain of about 3. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, it's a big play right here. And if I'm West Green, I don't. South Green is not real big on defense, but they run to the ball quick. So I think if you got a team that just depends on a lot of speed on defense, what the best thing to do is just run straight at them. And straight, if you try to run to the outside from around the end, they can chase that down. But if you run right at them, it sometimes gives speed defenses trouble.
Franklin is the wingback on the left side for West Green. Backs are split in the backfield. This is going to be Daniels to roll the pocket, looking for some help. We'll throw it near to the near side, complete at the 38. 40, 45, and down there as a nice catch in wide open was Alex Johnson with the little misdirection. It took a Blair tackle to save a touchdown. It's a Apex Bank 1st and 10 for the Buffaloes at the 45.
If you play a team that relies on speed and you fake it one way, a lot of times they overreact. That time South Green, especially the corner on this side, went chasing that way. Left the receiver here wide open. Daniels did a good job escaping and throwing on the run.
So it is a 1st and 10 handoff. This is going to be Garber this time as he gets outside. He's going to be tracked down on the outside. Looked like Nash Rader from his safety position had to come up and make a tackle. Gain of 5, maybe 6, maybe 7 down to the South Green 48-yard line, 2nd down and 3.
Well, that's the same play they ran on the first play where they didn't hand it to him, and I think the coaching staff said, he was wide open running on that side. This time, we're going to call the same play, and I'm going to make the read for you. Hand it to him.
So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 for the West Green Buffaloes. Snap is back and right up the middle, and a mosh pit goes across the South Green 45 and down to the 44. It's another West Green Apex Bank 1st and 10. That's Doc Moody picking it up for the Buffs.
Well, last week's West Green took it on the chin pretty tough with Unicoi County. This drive right here, if they can come out here and finish this drive with some points on the board, it would do so much for the confidence of West Green High School.
1st and 10 for the West Green Buffaloes. as a West Greene team, and no score here in this opening quarter. Coming around this near sideline, and that's going to be Ian Kiefer, and Kiefer is brought down by Zeke Rader, who just lunges and may have knocked the breath out of himself across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. He's going to pick up 6, 2nd and 4.
I think he landed on his foot. But again, West Greene they had a little H-back, a little halfback. Well, I guess it's H-back's what they call it. On this side, he was able to seal the end, and what's his name? Kiefer, yeah, he's found the end.
This is the fullback Kiefer, and Kiefer's going to go nowhere this time. He may lose a yard back at the 40-yard line, and that's a good pursuit right up the front that time by Jovan Pendleton. And actually, it's going to be a loss of 2 back to the 41. So 3rd down and call it more like 7 coming up for the Buffs.
That time, the defensive line of South Greene was able to get off the block and get in the backfield and stop that. Again, that's a long developing play from right to left, and sometimes you worry about that when the team, like I said, is speed determined.
3rd down, 7. Good drive for West Greene to open up this game. Play action pass. This will be Daniels being chased. He's going to lob it downfield, and a lunging attempt at an interception. And did he catch it? He did. T.J. Buckner picking off the pass of Daniels on an athletic lunging attempt, diving out of bounds at the 26. 1st and 10, South Greene.
Well, West Greene's Daniel rode out to the right, which again cuts down Hyphy Field. And he had 2 receivers too close to one another. I think the idea was one to go short and one to go deep. They were within 10 yards of each other. So if you got 2 receivers there together, that's also got 2 defensive players. And that was a great interception, by the way.
That was pretty incredible. 7:43 to play here in this opening quarter. No score. South Greene's first offensive possession, and the officials, here we go. Concentrate on finding a holding penalty instead of trying to send guys off to. Here's the thing that I don't like. This knee pad thing. What if the pants don't fit because they're one size fits all? And if you got a guy that's 6'3", 6'4", and his pants can't come across his knees, what are you supposed to do?
I don't know anything about a guy 6'3", 6'4". I don't know.
So Blair goes out of the game. Why did he play defense at the beginning? Turnaround handoff for South Greene. This is going to be Nash Rader. He's going to be gang tackled as he takes it up maybe the 27 or the 28. Sintel is on that defensive front, and Justin played well last week. Actually, that line of scrimmage moving up across the 30 to the 32. 2nd down and 4 coming up.
That's good line surge. You can tell when it looks like there's nothing gained, and all of a sudden they get up and they've gained 6. I mean, that's good line surge. Moving the defensive line back off the line of scrimmage.
South Greene quickly to the line of scrimmage, ready to go on 2nd down and 4 at the 32-yard line. Susong out of the pistol. This will be a handoff, and Rader will go right side. He'll have the Apex Bank first down across that 35 and up to the 40-yard line. That's going to be 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to be an Apex Bank 1st and 10.
Yeah, and if you're West Greene, you've got to get in. You've got to fill some gaps, because if Rader gets places to run, he's hard to bring down. So you got to hold your spot.
Blair back in the game as they stapled his pants to his body. Handoff. This will be Rader running it to the right side. He's going to be upended across the 45 near midfield. There is a flag down back about where Rader broke it to daylight.
That'd be what you would call I broke it to daylight because somebody held. That's a spot foul.
So that hold against the South Greene Rebels around the 42-yard line, which was pretty much the line of scrimmage, almost.
Close. Stapled his pants to his knees.
I don't know how else you're going to keep them on. I mean, if they don't fit now, they're not going to fit. If they don't fit now, they're not going to fit in the rest of the game.
I'm with you.
Quit worrying about that. Worry about things that actually impact the game.
Well, he's coming out here wide. They ain't really over his knees right now. They're just close.
It's drives me, well. 1st down and 18 for the South Greene Rebels. This is going to be Susong. The bubble screen's going to be complete. This will be Blair 30, 35, 40, 45, Blair 50. Cuts there, gets knocked down by his own guy at the 40s. He tried to make a move, and his own guy's sitting there going, you ran into me, man. But either way, Apex Bank 1st and 10.
Well, West Greene was thinking pass, and they brought a safety on a blitz. He came off the corner. Unfortunately, they threw the short thing, and then there was nobody behind them to support it.
Right. So, big play for the South Green Rebels. Raider is behind Susong, who works out of the pistol. No score here in this opening quarter. Raider's going to get the handoff. He'll take it off inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line. That's Kiefer on the stop, and it's going to bring up a second down and 8.
Don't you just love to watch those good running backs run? He started to the right, and then he saw a hole open up, and he just planted his outside foot and slammed up in there. That's called running with your eyes.
He did a very good job with it, for sure. So, second down and about 8 for the South Green Rebels. This will be Raider next to Susong, out of the gun, back to pass, and he's going to go short, complete to the 35-30. Gets a block downfield. This is Trey Gentry, 5'10", walks into the end zone. Touchdown, South Green. Touchdown, Susong to Gentry, covering 38 yards.
Well, I believe that receiver there came all the way across the field from right to left over to this flat. And the key thing, when you bring somebody across like that, a linebacker or somebody will lose them, or especially a corner who's going back to cover something deep, and he runs it underneath that. But the key to that was Susong had time to sit back, and look until he found the open receiver, and he hit him, and then there was nobody there.
Will Hoyt to kick it. Snap, hold, kick. Brad Wilhoit's kick is up, and it is good. And the South Green Rebels on their opening possession, after gaining possession from an interception, takes the lead. We go to a break. We're back in 30 seconds. 5:17 left here in this opening quarter. South Green 7, West Green 0. This is the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week.
The mission at TRC Logistics is providing independent advice and identifying the right fit for you. Services are sourced and procured based on solution specifications provided by our supply chain solution. TRC Logistics has the freight management experience you need with the quality you can depend on. Customer service is our goal, not increased profit margins. The mission at TRC Logistics is simple: to provide high-quality services in a timely manner. Our team caters to each project's specific needs to ensure excellence. When service matters, TRC Logistics is the solution.
On Blair with a big play, and then the touchdown, the toss for 38 yards. Susong to Gentry, dragging all the way across the field, and the point after was good, and it's 7-0 South Green.
It kind of makes me think maybe West Green's secondary is playing man-to-man, and they turned it around to the receivers, so they just ran that other receiver across the field. And, of course, if you're playing man-to-man, that's a linebacker got to pick him up, outside linebacker or somebody. Whoever it was wasn't there, and he turned, there wasn't anybody near him.
Keyshawn Ingram again sick this week, so Connor Ray's taking over the kicking duties for the South Green Rebels. Runs up, foot to leather, and gets it away straight up the middle. Franklin lets it hit, picks it up on a hop at the 20, 25-30, 35, and up to about the 38. Maybe, the ball he's still running across the 40 and up to the 43-yard line where he's getting tackled by some South Green Rebels. And one of the first there was Colton Silvers. Good return by Franklin. Good field position for the Buffs, who find themselves down 7-0.
Very good job. I don't know if I don't want to be critical or whatever, but Race has kicked that ball twice to the same exact spot. Don't you think maybe I'd move up 5 yards?
Just a little bit. But he likes fielding it on the hop, right?
He's a shortstop.
Yeah.
Or second baseman, or third baseman, or even a first baseman.
From the 43-yard line, that's where West Green has the football. 5:10 to play here in this opening quarter. 7-0 South Green. Snap is back. This will be a quick pass on a slant. It's juggled, and it's bobbled, and it's incomplete. Had it for just a moment and just couldn't hang on to it, Alex Johnson. Then it was nearly picked, and then it was dropped there, and it's second down to 10.
He about caught it 3 times.
Right.
I mean, that was a perfect. It was just a little slant pattern. Quarterback stands up and throws it out there, a 2-yard route across the 45 across the field, and you couldn't ask for a better pass. Yeah, he's got to pull that in. That's a big play. West Green can't afford to make any mistakes.
5:05 here in this opening quarter. 7-0 South Green. Johnson will come to the near side. The Kiefer is going to line up on the right side. Not Kiefer as an H-back to the right, and now Garber as an H-back to the left. And it's Baxley Britton who's in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Kiefer from the left side. He's looking to extend it. He breaks a tackle. He's running backwards, though, and South Greene in pursuit. Penalty flag down. Kiefer still on his feet at the 45, dancing around to midfield into South Greene territory at the 49, but he dances around to daylight because of the dreaded yellow hanky.
Yes, let's hold. And the offensive lineman for West Greene just absolutely got waylaid that time. Defensive tackle for South Greene just knocked him back into the backfield. So if I talk about dodging people in the backfield, usually you hope it's the other color uniform. That was his guy, and that's pretty tough.
So the penalty against the West Greene Buffaloes is a hold. And it happened at the 44-yard line. We're going to move it back to the 34-yard line.
I like to know who the hell, because I believe that all 11 players are tackling him. So must have grabbed him from behind to pull him off or something.
It's still very impactful. Yeah, I don't understand that myself. So it's going to bring up a second down 19 back at the 34-yard line for West Greene. Kiefer is on the backfield with Daniels, who will roll the pocket. He's under some pressure. He's just going to loft it up, get rid of it. Nash Rader almost picked it off, but Baxley Britton became the defender and knocked it away incomplete. It's third down and 19.
Well, you're exactly right. If Britton don't turn into a wide defensive back, that thing's picked off, because Daniel's under a tremendous amount of pressure, and he let sail. And fortunately for West Greene and Daniels, it was knocked down by Britton.
Lucas Couch providing the pressure in the backfield. Joe Case's defense is, they bent just a little bit that opening drive. You kind of get acclimated to the speed of play, the pace, the physicality. And now they have forced West Greene in a very dangerous situation. Third down and 19. Buckner, who already has an interception, is deep as the free safety along with Rader. Third down and 19 for West Greene. Snap is back, and Daniels just going to keep it, run it out to the left side. He's a good scrambling quarterback, but he's got a lot of ground to go against a very speedy defense, and they're on pursuit defensive lineman Brendan Lisenby, who makes the stop at just shy of the 40 at about the 38 for a gain of 4, and it's fourth down coming up for West Greene.
Well, West Greene's being ultra conservative here on this end of the field at third down, and I mean, you have to throw it 20 yards to even get a first down, so just see if you could pop one right quick, and a punt is not a bad thing right here.
So on to punt it away will be Daniels, and back deep, the dangerous Nash Rader. Daniels had 4 punts of a 38-yard average last week against Unicoi. This snap, though, is going to go over his head. It's inside the 20. Daniels just going to fall on it and will be touched up inside the 20 at about the 13-yard line, where South Greene will take over first and 10.
Well, what can you say? I mean, that's something that you practice, but then you get in game-type situation, and you got people across from you that don't like you very well during the game, and the center kind of, he's trying to get the ball back there and get down the field and do all that stuff, and it just shot over his head. And Daniels did a good job just jumping on that, I think.
He did.
Yeah.
So a timeout's going to be asked for by West Greene. We'll take that timeout as well and step out. We'll be back in 30 seconds here to Moss High with 3:55 left here in this opening quarter. The South Greene Rebels lead the West Greene Buffaloes 7-0.
At Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pond is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pond help you today at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greeneville, Tennessee.
First and 10 for South Greene. They have it just inside the 15, around the 14-yard line. Susong out of the pistol. Rader is standing behind him. Gentry and Buckner to the far side. A high snap. Rader has the handoff, and he's running it right up the middle. Breaks a tackle at the 10 to the 5 as he lunges near the goal line. The official says he's in. Touchdown, South Greene. Touchdown, Nash Rader, as he touches pay dirt from 14 yards away on the first play after the bad snap.
He looks like he's going through a maze. He started one way and he was blocked, then he cut the other way, he went a while and he blocked, then he cut back until eventually he opens up to pay dirt. You like that analogy there?
I like it, pay dirt.
Yeah, pay dirt.
It's just like it was a maze.
A maze team.
Yeah,
amazing.
They became amazed.
Yeah.
The point after is going to be Will Hoyt, but the snap soars over the head of Susong, who's yelling fire, 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 throws it to the end zone, and they complete the 2-point conversion to Lucas Couch. So the snap over the head of the quarterback, picks it up on a perfect hop back to him, yelling fire, fire, fire. Couch catches the 2-point conversion, and we go to a break. 3:47 to play in the first quarter with your new score. South Greene 15. West Greene 0, as you listen to the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week from WIKQ.
There's an app for almost anything, and now including your prescriptions at Ashley Drug Center. That's right. All you need to do is text RX Local to 64890 to use the app to order and manage refills from your phone. You can also text pharmacist with the app messenger. It's just another service Ashley Drug offers to make prescription filling easy and convenient. Text RX Local to 64890. Ashley Drug, West Greene Shopping Center.
This is Friday Night Under the Lights, the presentation of Gateway Ford Nissan. And now, the coach, Barry Carter and Brian Staten.
Glad to have along tonight the coach, Barry Carter, along with Mary Jo Bird, our game station engineer back. Rhonda Carter and God's Country here in Mossheim joining us here as our on-site engineer. And thanks to everyone tuning in through Grassroots TV tonight, and Dalton Lamb and those guys. And why in the world would you not? I mean,
yeah,
watch the game.
TV, can they see my face?
You get Barry. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, for crying out loud. But,
I thought we was listing positives.
Great to have that partnership this season, and glad to be a part of that and bring county football and our game of the week to you.
Old Dalton Lamb played for me a couple years.
3:47 left. Kickoff will be fielded short by Baxley Britton at the 25. And make that the 20. He'll cross the 25 up to about the 27-yard line. And they're on the tackle for the South Greene Rebels. One of the special teamers, that's Simon Burns, a young freshman. 1st and 10 for West Greene, though. They find themselves down, Coach, 15-0.
Well, I guess it's time for the understatement of the night, okay?
Okay.
West Greene needs a score on this drive.
Okay.
Big time, because they can't afford the top of their offense is the pound and ground, and you can't get down 2 or 3 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns if they come back and score again and have a real good shot at winning.
So it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the West Greene Buffaloes. Got a couple of guys that will displace from the back of the formation. And then they'll run a backwards pass to Franklin, and now he's in all sorts of problems. It's quick on quick.
Oh, that was one.
Is going to get a block, and Franklin still running backwards. He's back inside the 15, back inside the 10. He'll be down at about the 9-yard line on a backwards pass, and a penalty down during this play as well.
Well, here's the bad news, okay? It's 2 bad newses. They're going to get a penalty for illegal crackback.
Yep.
Okay? But as you said, Franklin kept running, and he kept getting deeper. If I'm South Greene, I'm declining this, and this is going to be 2nd down and Highway 81, Interstate 81.
Yeah. So, and they may go back from the spot. I don't know why they're going back. It's a personal foul crackback block.
Decline.
And they are going to decline it. So they're going to take the play, which is inside the 10, down at the 8-yard line.
And make it a 2nd down. So they lose the yards plus the down.
2nd down and 30.
Put that. Yeah, look in the back of the playbook on this one, brothers. Way back.
15-0. South Greene leading. 3:25 left here in this opening quarter. So Daniels hands it off, and this is going to be Doc Mooney. He's found a little daylight, and then he's going to be brought down across the 10 to the 15 and up to about the 16-yard line.
Yeah,
and again, good
run.
tackle.
Good tackle, good block on the right side there by the right guard and tackle. That used to drive me crazy as a coach. You got a team, you backed them up deep on their own goal line, and you let them dig out. But again, it's the second time. He gained about 10, and it's still third down and over to Mount Carmel Road where I live.
Hudson says hi, by the way.
Hey, Hudson.
Yeah. Hudson Moore.
Hudson Moore.
Yeah.
Who's a senior. His sister is too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing. So Hudson says he's going to kick football on top of your house one day.
He better have a good leg if he's going to kick it that far.
Okay, I got you.
Of course, Lester Ford used to hit golf balls in my yard. That's how I got golf balls.
Ooh, hey. Hey, it's 3rd down and 22 for the West Green Buffaloes, down 15-0 from the 16-yard line. Handed off. This will be Doc Moody. He's going to be hit and dropped by Zeke Raiders. Made another stop behind that line, and Lucas Couch. It's right at the line, and he was able to fall forward up to about the 18, gain 2. But it's 4th down and 20 coming up for the Buffs.
And I think West Green right now is not real confident in their passing game because so far tonight they've had maybe one completion. The rest of them has been kind of spooky.
So the punt team is out there. Last punt attempt went over the head of Daniels. Dion Blair will drift back to receive one. He's drifting back near the midfield. As Daniels prepares for the snap, gets a good one right to his helmet, and he gets away a high, wobbly spiral. And it's fielded by West Green right at midfield. It hits Blair right in the face mask, and there to pick it up is Alex Johnson, and the West Green Buffaloes are in business.
Well, I was fixing to brag on him, and I'm still going to brag on him because he went over and tried to catch it, and it just bounced all over his body, hit him in the head. He'd be bruised in the morning. Now West Green has caught the break of the game. Now you got to take advantage of it. You've got to finish this thing here and get points on the board and get yourself. If you get points on the board right now, you're back in this.
Right. So before this one can get underway, South Green's going to burn a timeout just to get things done.
Well, Coach Case is on the sideline over there.
Right.
And we know Coach Case's reputation that he likes to call those timeouts.
Yeah.
But I think what we had here is a transition, okay?
Yeah.
You know, it was supposed to be offense, but now all of a sudden we're back on defense.
Right. So 1st down and 10 for the West Green Buffaloes. South Green's going to burn a timeout here. As mentioned, leading 15-0. They get a big stop. West Green was backed up all the way inside their 10 at the 9, facing 2nd down and 30. Ended up punting on 4th down and 20. And then the high punt by Daniels. And Blair had it hit him in the face mask as he was trying to bring that in, muffed it, and it was recovered by Alex Johnson of the West Green Buffaloes. And that is where West Green has the football right now. 1st and 10, but down 15-0.
Yeah, again, this is, I mean, I can't emphasize just how important this drive is right here. Even though it's still in the first quarter, I reckon, with 1:44 to go. This is a huge drive.
So it will be Daniels who will be working again out of the pistol. Handed off to Kiefer as he'll fight through a couple of tackles from midfield. He'll take it down to the South Green 45-yard line. He'll be driven out of bounds over there by Nash Rader and company, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 5.
Good job of running right there by Kiefer. Is that right?
Yes, Kiefer.
I don't know what's the matter with me tonight. Well, it's the same thing that's the matter with me every night. But good job of running. Where he wanted to go right off tackle was blocked, so he just bounced to the outside, was able to get some good yards.
So it's going to bring up the 2nd down, call it more like 4, for the West Green Buffaloes with about a minute to play here in this opening quarter. Kiefer gets the handoff, and he gets good line surge as he'll get close to that 1st down. But I think maybe just shy of it. Either way, Connor Race is in there for the stop for the South Green Rebels. Where they mark it, he's about a half-yard shy, 3rd down and short.
Yeah, this is 2-down territory right here. You're on the – you got it right outside the 40-yard line of South Green, so you need to run 2 plays to at least get that yard there. If you just run one and then turn around and run another one. Be a good time for a quarterback sneak if he wasn't in the pistol.
Johnson will line up to the far side. Back split in the backfield. Wingback is Franklin. They're going to hand it off to Garber, who's got the 1st down across the 40. And he'll take it down to the 38-yard line to stop the clock. It's an Apex Bank 1st and 10 for West Greene.
That's good line, Surge over there on that left side. I see number 50 over there. Damian Centel, big sophomore. They looked like they moved, a little road grader action on that side there, and they just pounded it ahead. And I still think running straight at South Greene is your best thing to do.
Clock runs, 10 seconds to play in the quarter. South Greene leads 15-0. West Greene, not sure they'll snap it. I think Daniel sees the clock. It's down to 1, and that will end the opening quarter of play. Something going here for West Greene, taking advantage of a South Greene mistake. A muff punt. We'll be back with the second quarter in 1 minute. At the end of one quarter, it's South Greene 15. It's West Greene 0. It's the battle for the milk can. It's the 50th edition. It's the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week.
Tommie's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greeneville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing is local and family-owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work, such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommie's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommie's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommie's a call at 638-3662.
Pizza Inn offers contactless buffet to go with JoJo's Family Feast or anything on our menu for carryout. We also honor birthday parties and cater to businesses and large events. We make it easy. Call us today. Pizza Inn Greeneville.
Pizza, pancakes, or donuts. The Davy Crockett Travel Center in Baileyton has the cure for all your cravings. While you're there, shop our general store for souvenirs, gifts, and cellular accessories. In a hurry, grab a cold drink and a hot dog to go. Check us out on Facebook and come to Baileyton.
Number 2. So it'll be Daniels working out of the gun on first down. Handed off to Doc Moody. Starting it to the right side, and the South Greene defense, good pursuit, gets there to stopping for maybe a minimal gain of about a yard. Is there to bring it down was Brendan Lisendy.
Well, a lot of times the guy who actually makes the play doesn't get his name called on it by famous radio people. But he's the one who stopped the blocker who was coming at him, and he held him up and didn't let the runner get going. He held the blocker up, which stopped the run.
Second down to 9. Coming up for West Greene. Garber's in the backfield with Moody. Britton is as the wingback to the right side for the Buffs. Handoff is Garber right up the middle. He's got both hands on the football across the line of scrimmage and down to about the 31-yard line, which is going to bring up third down and about 5 coming up here for the West Greene Buffaloes.
Run it again. Run it straight at him. If you're West Greene, we got somebody down here.
And so a South Greene Rebel is injured on the play.
The mission at TRC Logistics is providing independent advice and identifying the right fit for you. Services are sourced and procured based on solution specifications provided by our supply chain solution. TRC Logistics has the freight management experience you need with the quality you can depend on. Customer service is our goal, not increased profit margins. The mission at TRC Logistics is simple: to provide high-quality services in a timely manner. Our team caters to each project's specific needs to ensure excellence. When service matters, TRC Logistics is the solution.
Hometown Realty of Greeneville is selling Greeneville and Greene County 1 yard at a time. Every coach knows making the right call is what makes his team successful. If you want success in moving your real estate, get the home field advantage. Make sure to make the right call. Call Hometown Realty and Auction of Greeneville. Hometown Realty offers you professional service with local hometown people you know and trust. Call Hometown Realty of Greeneville today.
Punt by the Rebels, recovered by Alex Johnson. Daniels going to keep it And it's going to be snuffed out by the South Green Rebel defensive front that time. And a nice job by Lisenby once again. It'll be a gain of about 2. So 4th down and 3 coming up for West Green.
Yeah, it looked like he was ready to go. He was running, and all of a sudden the door just slammed shut on him. And that's what, again, that's that South Green speed. That you think you got a big hole, and then next thing they run to it and collapse it like that. And they had good push. This is a big play right here now. You need to go forward. Get good line push if you're West Green, and just, I believe I'd hand it to number 44.
Who just came out of the game.
Which would make it really tough, wouldn't it?
4th down and 2 coming up for the Buffs from the South Green 28-yard line. Daniels with the clock winding down. They're going to need to get a timeout. They snapped it, but it was after the timeout was asked for by West Green. They were struggling as they were going to get that play off, and Evan Monroe picked it up quickly as Butch Patterson, the back judge, had already started the 5 count.
Well, now, and you got to watch how Butch is about my height, so his 5 seconds will be quicker than, some guys 6'2", 6'3".
Community-minded, just like you. Community-minded, that's for sure, it's true.
You care about the future of this community. You grew up here. You've raised a family here. Your life is here. So is ours. Greeneville Federal Bank, member FDIC. Banking made easy.
Community-minded, just like you.
Second timeout used of this first half. Face 4th down and 2. Daniels with the snap, hands it off. This will be Kiefer, and Kiefer has to have the South Green 26, and I think he's right on top of it.
Looks like that side judge has got him marked up there. It's close. It's close.
And they're going to have to measure it, and based on the spot, from a diagonal on the extreme far sideline, Sean Jones looking at it, and I'm going to say give it to him. That's what I'll say.
Well, you are the man, okay? And if you say it's a first down and they say it's not, I'm going out there and take care of business, all right?
So the official has just moved the ball back about, I don't know. I mean, it was advertent. It didn't do it on accident. So he's moved it back. So because he's moved it back, it's going to be, I don't think he got it. He didn't. It is a first down South Green, and it was moved slightly. And it was slightly not a first down.
So looks like West Green got slotted.
Ooh, that's a good one, too. Good one.
I think a lot, okay.
Didn't get the first down. Wow.
That's pretty close. They say it's a game of inches. I've seen other referees kick the ball in certain games and change things. They didn't kick it.
South Green takes over, 1st and 10, leading 15-0.
I'm gonna ask you a question after this play.
The ball wasn't moved. He just was holding it to not move it, but the nose went to the turf, and that's where he held the ball.
Was he tackled over there where they marked it?
He was tackled in the middle of the field.
He's tackled in the middle of the field. What's it doing? They took the ball to the chains.
That's tough.
That's tough right there now. They're supposed to put that ball down right where the play stopped, which was right in almost on that far hash mark, okay? Maybe just a yard or two outside of it. They took the ball all the way to the sideline. No wonder, and it was within a slight difference. You think they had a slight difference from the time they carried it all the way to the side of the field?
Slightly.
I'm writing my congressman.
It'll be Susong who will work out of the gun. To his right shoulder is Raider, and this will be a little end-around sweep. This will be Gentry. He's blown up as he makes the 30-yard line. Good open field tackle by Dawson Daniels for a gain of about 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that's one of those where you're looking downfield and say, I'm going to make this guy right down here in this backfield here. Never watch it. Well, I'm going to make a move on him, and all of a sudden the roof caves in.
Right. So it brings up 2nd down and 7 for South Green, leading 15-0. Clock runs at 9:15 left here in the first half. Into the pistol formation, Susong, with Raider behind him. Race is lined up to the near side. Turnaround, handed off to Rader, running left side, and Doc Moody is there to bring him down as he makes it to about the 32-yard line, which is going to be a gain of 2. But 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Rebels.
It looked like one of them little vibrating footballs, the old-timey football games that nobody knows what I'm talking about. And he was going to the left and back to the right, cut it back across the middle. He's a good runner, runs good well to space.
Takes 17 hours to play unless you turn that thing all the way up and they start bouncing around.
All the way. Oh, you got a penalty. Throwing him off the field.
That was a great game.
Yes.
Occupied me for about 17 seconds. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the South Green Rebels. In motion will go Korner Race to the far side. Snap is back. Susong will roll the pocket near side. This little screen is going to be caught by Rader. And he's going to be dragged down by his shirt tail shy of the line to gain. That's good tackling by the West Green Buffaloes. And that is Dylan Teston who makes that stop with Garber. And it'll be a gain of 3, 4th down and 2.
Yeah, he read screen. And when the quarterback is being, all of a sudden at the snap, he's under pressure like crazy and all that stuff. And the lineman thinks, I got him. It's because they let him go by, and then you throw it behind him.
Yeah.
And the South Green players are wanting to go for it on 4th down. Unfortunately, they don't get paid the big bucks to make decisions like this, so Sean Jones says we're going to punt it.
So the punt team out there for the South Green Rebels, and it is Korner Race, the punter. Franklin drifts deep inside the 30. 7.5 to play here in this opening half. Race gets the snap, end over end punt will hit at the 32, at the 30. Franklin.
Oh, he won't so.
He wanted to return it. It's inside the 30 and touched up at the 28-yard line where West Green will take over 1st and 10.
It's like me looking at the last chocolate chip cookie on the plate.
Yeah.
I want it. I want to get it, but I don't need it. I want to get it. And then somebody grabs it from me and you don't get it. So Franklin said, I want to pick this thing up so bad. But he knew, coach's staff says, if that thing hits the ground, you're supposed to get away from it. Okay, Coach.
7:20 left in the opening half. 1st and 10 from the West Green 28, but they got to stop. Last 2 drives, South Green scored.
This has been a lot better game here lately.
Daniels works out of the pistol, back split in the backfield. He's going to hand it off, and quickly in the backfield is our first Noah Robinson sighting. After a gain of about a yard to the 29-yard line, that's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Buffs.
Yeah, we hadn't heard Noah's name here quite a bit tonight, so, to all Noah's family, here he is. Yeah. And again, West Green, somebody's got to block him. He can't come off that line of scrimmage that easily.
So it's 2nd and 9. Daniels to the huddle to give the play. West Green still at old school football team. They're going to huddle. They're going to get the play from the sideline and then huddle and talk about it and then come out. Patterson's arm is up, meaning there's 10 seconds to get the play off. It starts its motion, and so does Daniels. With the snap back, Daniels is going to roll the pocket and throw it downfield. It's just over the extended arms of Baxley Britton, incomplete, who had a step on the defenders. Matter of fact, 2 or 3. It's incomplete. It's 3rd down and 9.
You'd like to see West Green pull that down. Daniels did a good job rolling that right. Britton made a cut to the outside. Again, is that route where they flood that zone, one deep, one short, one deep, and put it out there where he had to put it. Just about 2 or 3 inches too top.
6.5 to play here in this first half. As that clock is stopped, 15-0 South Green with the first half lead. They punted for the first time just moments ago. Each team has a turnover.
South Green gets the ball to start the second half, too.
They received that punt, or that kickoff, I should say. Both teams have had a mishap in special teams, a muff punt and a snap over the head of a punter. Daniels, who has 10 seconds, now 5 seconds to get that play off, gets the snap. He'll throw it complete to that far sideline. It's going to be Franklin who breaks the tackle, takes it across the 35, and he'll take it up to about the 38-yard line, where, well, maybe more like the 37, where it's going to be 3rd down and a yard coming, make that 4th down and a yard coming up for the Buffs. And now what do they do?
That's as explosive as South Green is on offense. I believe they're going to punt it away. But the backfield was empty except for the quarterback, and it's either 2 things going to happen. He's either going to run or he's going to pass it. And he stood up, threw it at the sideline, and the inside defender covering the slot guy, almost broke through there and picked that thing off. I thought he had it for a while. But, of course, you see it all the time. They throw that ball out there and they think, why don't they intercept it? But they get it there.
Timeout on the field. Let's step aside. Back in. Was called to throw the offense back out there, Coach.
Oh, well, you better make it. So I got, then we'll make them jump.
Full house backfield. They turn around and hand it off to Moody, and he has slipped through, and he's close, and they're going to give it to him. It's an Apex Bank 1st and 10 right at the 40-yard line. Moody slips through a blocker as they went quickly, and it's 1st and 10.
And I think West Greene, Coach Monroe knows how important if they put points on here at the end before the half ends, knowing that South Greene does get the ball back to start the second half.
You're ready to say the first really big decision for Evan Monroe's tenure here at West Greene.
Yeah, I mean, this is the game, remember? Yeah. The but we game.
But we. You know that there is a true definition of buttload.
Oh, are there?
Yeah, it's a definition of the amount of a measurement of wine. It's a buttload of wine. It's true.
Oh, okay.
Little receiver screen. The entire South Greene student body picked up on that and come up with the tackle. And that tackle is made after McAfee making the catch inside the 40, back at the 39 for a loss of a yard.
I want to thank you for that because I was worried about if I was going to be able to sleep tonight, but I can definitely go to sleep now.
Good, yeah.
And I don't think, back to the game.
Butler.
Butler. Butler. Okay. I don't think South Greene respects West Greene's passing game down the field.
Not right now.
Right now.
McAfee, Baxley, Franklin to the right. They're going to pass it. They're going to go somewhere. Daniel's going to step up in the pocket and take off 40, 45. Midfield has the first down to the South Greene 49-yard line. He saw daylight. He said, hey, this looks familiar. Zeke Rader with the stop. It's an Apex Bank 1st and 10.
And I think, I'm not sure, but I believe South Greene tries to play a little man-to-man in the secondary, and that time the receivers turned and ran, and the defensive backs turned and ran with them. Well, they don't see the quarterback. And the containment broke down on this side, and Daniels was able to take off and go.
4:10 left here in this opening half. South Greene leads 15-0. West Greene has done a nice job keeping the ball from South Greene in this second quarter. As to the far sideline is going to go Skylar Shelton as they're going to line up 4 to the right side. Somebody can't move there on that line of scrimmage, but they all move. So Daniel's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to be chased. He'll lob it downfield. It's going to be tipped by Shelton away from a South Greene defender and nearly caught by Franklin. It's incomplete. There's a flag down back behind the line of scrimmage. I swear there were 6 men in the formation, and somebody can't go.
Yeah, and that's what we saw South Greene use against Chuck It Up 2 weeks ago. And an eligible receiver downfield because somebody was covered.
Yeah.
See, only the people that can go down for the pass down the field are the 2 guys on the ends. That's why they're called ends.
Right.
Then you can have 4 in the backfield. They're eligible. But you can't have 5 in the backfield, something like that. You got how many? You got to have 4 in the backfield.
4 in the backfield.
You got to have 7 on the line, or 6.
Right.
No, 7 because one of the quarterback is one of the 3. Right.
Right.
Okay. I'm confusing myself. There it is again. Let's see. We got one up here. Oh no, All right, we're right now.
So it'll be Daniels to roll the pocket, and he'll look and find Shelton at South Green's 48. He'll be tackled at the 45-yard line. So they'll pick up 9 of the 5 yards that they had lost on 1st and 15 and make it 2nd down and 5, actually pick up 10 yards.
Yeah, that is to me one of the toughest passes in football to cover. We used to call it a curl. But the receiver just run down about 12 yards, turn and come back 2.
Right.
And the defensive back has got to sell out to not get beat deep, and all of a sudden you stop and turn, boom. And if it's timed right, it's indefensible. Can't defense it.
You can't defense it. 2nd down and 5. West Green's Daniels, quarterback keeper. He's going to pick his way inside the 45 to the 40 and down to the South Green 38-yard line. He's going to pick up 7 yards. It'll move the chains. 1st and 10 for the West Green Buffaloes from Apex Bank.
I heard a real smart man say one time, and I can't remember exactly who it is.
Jim Sauceman.
It might have been. But if you spread your defense, your offense, what does that do to the defense?
Spreads them.
It spreads it too. Then I know who said that. So and that's what West Green's doing. They're going with 3 over yonder and 1 over here, no running backs, stretching the South Green defense and opening lanes actually for Daniels to pull it down and run. Same formation over here.
West Green's best drive of the game outside of their first drive of the game. Now Daniels will deliver downfield. It's going to be caught. Pass across the middle as receiver fights for him at the 30 to the 25 and down to the 21-yard line. And that catch is made by Paxley Brent with a big grab. And it's going to go for 17. 1st and 10 brought to you by Apex Bank.
That shows you what kind of arm strength that Dawson Daniels had, because usually you step towards your target. That time he was kind of stepping to the right and the left and just kind of elbowed it, armed it right in there with some zip, and had to have the zip on it, because if not, he gets either intercepted or knocked down.
19 on the reception, and the 5 wideouts look to make that everybody to the right side. Daniels is going to be grabbed in the backfield, but he fights through that tackle. It takes it near the 15, down to the 14-yard line. That's just pure determination. Finally, is brought down by Pendleton and some Rebels, but it brings up 2nd down and about 5 as we go to 90 seconds in the quarter.
And I'll tell you what, South Green's defensive line, now they're not what you would call a prototypical defensive-looking line right there. They're not huge, but they look like they're super quick, and what they're doing is they're shooting the gap before that big old lineman from West Green can grab them, and they're getting penetration. They might cut down their splits a little bit.
No timeouts for West Green as we approach a minute to play here in the first half. 15-0 South Green, who receives the second half kickoff. West Green gambling, going for it on 4th down, getting it, and now Daniels is in trouble in the backfield. He spins, and he's going to be sacked. And the clock will continue to run as long as there is no injury here. And it doesn't appear to be an injury. They did stop the clock for some reason. I'm not sure why they did. They have called a penalty for a false start before the play got underway. They called a false start, which is why they did that.
Well, and that play looked like it was in trouble from the beginning, because 2 receivers lined up at the same spot. And so if you look over and there's somebody standing there, if it's in your spot, one of them is wrong. Right. So they tried to run him across the field, and while they were doing that, they started early. Daniels is hurting a little bit.
I believe that he's lost his pregame.
Yeah, he's, as we used to say, he's buying a Buick.
Busted pipes got you down? Need a utility line trenched out? Whatever your light backhoe needs, groundhog trenching is the solution. Groundhog trenching does the digging so you don't have to. Whether you need to bore under the driveway, sidewalk, road, or maybe you just need help with your next livestock burial, groundhog trenching can do the job. Give us a call or even send us a text today to find out how the groundhog can help on your next project. Call 423-823-8308. That's 423-823-8308. Remember those days when life was simpler and every corner held a treasure just waiting to be discovered? Pettit's Market was a place where memories were made. And
This is Friday night under the lights. The presentation of Gateway Ford Nissan. And now the coach, Barry Carter and Brian Staten.
And we welcome you back here to Mossheim, where you can still, as a parent, just walk out onto the field.
Apparently so.
Second down and 11. Daniels appears to be okay. Quarterback will be Britton. This pass will be complete to Johnson, and Johnson will be caught from behind at about the 20, maybe the 19-yard line. Clock runs with 34 seconds to play, and the West Green Buffs trying to get into the hurry-up. No timeouts left.
With a backup quarterback into the game.
Still out there. Britton getting everybody set. Will roll the pocket to the right. Penalty flag is thrown. Pass across the middle is caught. That'll be Shelton at the 15-yard line. He's shy of the first, and there's 15 seconds left, and that will fortunately stop the clock for West Green. But it'll be fourth and a yard.
I believe the wide receiver this side never got lined up on the ball because he was late getting to his position, and he may not have been set, period.
So they will call a illegal procedure.
Yep. And the ball will snap on the ready for play.
And so 14 seconds left, and it's third down. No timeouts left for West Green, but South Green's going to burn away.
Thank you, if you're West Green.
Yeah, with 12 seconds left, I think South Green was confused with what was going on, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, I don't think really, they was the only team that was confused with what was going on. West Green was having a little trouble getting lined up. They've had a little trouble getting lined up a couple times here.
So coming up here at the half, Jim Miller will be along with our Friday night scoreboard and an update from around the area. It's coming up on our McAfee McAfee halftime report. So stay tuned for that as you stay up to date with what's going on. Chucky Doak down the road in Newport taking on Cott County. North Green across the border in Kentucky at Williamsburg. And the South Green, West Green Buffaloes here tonight.
I'm glad you mentioned that if I can, Mike. West Green lost a real pillar of the community this last week, and Gladys Hamilton. And the reason he said that, she drove our bus for years and missed the Jellicoe exit and ended up in Kentucky. But great lady, will be missed. I put my life in her hands several times, and she got me back to Rhonda every time. Rhonda don't look like she's real happy.
Good lady. So, third down with the ball out of the South Green timeout at the 19-yard line.
I believe you got to attack the end zone here.
Daniels back in there as well. Daniels will roll the pocket, still rolling the pocket. He's going to dump it off and get rid of it with 5 seconds, which will give you a chance to at least attempt a field goal if it's in your arsenal. But West Green has been a little bit stymied in the kicking game here over the last 3 weeks.
Well, and Dawson. I mean, I'm not intentionally being critical of him, okay? But he needs to stand back here in the pocket and look down the field. A lot of times he's such a good athlete that if he feels just a little bit of heat, he wants to take off and go running around the edge when he needs to stay in the pocket. And at this point in time, he needs to stay in there and deliver it to the field, and they need to go in. Every one of these routes should be in the end zone.
Fourth down and about 6 for the West Green Buffs in the final play here of this first half.
There you
Across
go.
the middle, Daniels steps up, delivers, passes high. It's incomplete.
Much better.
But a really good look by Daniels into the end zone to Britton, which could not bring it in, and that will end the opening half of play. But a second quarter that was dominated time of possession by the Buffs. A first half that South Green will lead going into the locker room. Coming up at our Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week, our McAfee McAfee halftime show, it's Jim Miller with your
At Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pond is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pond help you today. at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greeneville, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greeneville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing is local and family owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work, such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommie's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommie's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommie's a call at 638-3662. The mission at TRC Logistics is providing independent advice and identifying the right fit for you. Services are sourced and procured based on solution specifications provided by our supply chain solution. TRC Logistics has the freight management experience you need with the quality you can depend on. Customer service is our goal, not increased profit margins. The mission at TRC Logistics is simple: to provide high-quality services in a timely manner. Our team caters to each project's specific needs to ensure excellence. When service matters, TRC Logistics is the solution. Remember those days when life was simpler and every corner held a treasure just waiting to be discovered? Pettit's Market was a place where memories were made and where stories were woven. Here you'll find more than just goods. You'll find a piece of the past wrapped in the embrace of today. Pettit's Market is where neighbors become friends, friends become family, and good food and love holds everything together. So step inside, make memories, eat good, and leave happy. Pettit's Market, the little store with a big welcome.
Hometown Realty of Greeneville is selling Greeneville and Greene County 1 yard at a time. Every coach knows making the right call is what makes his team successful. If you want success in moving your real estate, get the home field advantage. Make sure to make the right call. Call Hometown Realty and Auction of Greeneville. Hometown Realty offers you professional service with local hometown people you know and trust. Call Hometown Realty of Greeneville today, 423-639-2345.
Community-minded, just like you. Community-minded, that's for sure it's true.
You care about the future of this community. You grew up here. You've raised a family here. Your life is here. So is ours. Greeneville Federal Bank, member FDIC. Banking made easy.
Community-minded, just like you.
Busted pipes got you down? Need a utility line trenched out? Whatever your light backhoe needs, groundhog trenching is the solution. Groundhog trenching does the digging so you don't have to. Whether you need to bore under the driveway, sidewalk, road, or maybe you just need help with your next livestock burial, groundhog trenching can do the job. Give us a call or even send us a text today to find out how the groundhog can help on your next project. Call 423-823-8308. That's 423-823-8308.
Pizza Inn offers contactless buffet to go with JoJo's Family Feast or anything on our menu for carryout. We also honor birthday parties and cater to businesses and large events. We make it easy. Call us today. Pizza Inn Greeneville.
Pizza, pancakes, or donuts. The Davy Crockett Travel Center in Baileyton has the cure for all your cravings. While you're there, shop our general store for souvenirs, gifts, and cellular accessories. In a hurry, grab a cold drink and a hot dog to go. Check us out on Facebook and come to Baileyton.
Don't miss this spectacular fall savings clearance event. Only at Robert's Furniture and Mattress Gallery in downtown Greeneville.
9/11 brought it home to all of us. Our police and firefighters really deserve all the support and gratitude that we can give. They're willing to sacrifice their own safety for ours.
Just like you.
Greeneville Federal Bank, member FDIC. Banking made easy.
Just like you.
There sure is a lot going on in the community nowadays. The Depot Street project, improvements all around the city, and you've seen the men and women with the Greeneville Energy Authority installing overhead lines for their new broadband internet services. The GEA is working hard to make sure you're not disrupted in your daily schedule. The new broadband lines are going up on their poles. They don't have to close roads, no digging through your yard or across your street or driveway, and all of the vehicles clearly marked with the GEA logo. Your Greeneville Energy Authority, bringing broadband internet to Greeneville this fall.
Rusty's Tire and Alignment's construction of their new building now allows them to offer even more services to their customers. Their new state-of-the-art alignment machine lets them align larger vehicles like the crew cab long bed trucks. So call Rusty at 639-7447 for details or to schedule your alignment. And when you need new tires, check out the lineup of name brand tires at Rusty's Tire and Alignment, located at 1044 West Summer Street in Greeneville. We welcome you back into Mosheim here at West Greene High School, where South Greene leads West Greene 15-0. We welcome you into the McAfee McAfee halftime report.
This is Attorney Jessica McAfee, a partner at the McAfee McAfee Law Office here in Greeneville. I want to personally congratulate all of our county's young athletes who have worked hard and dedicated themselves to their team to compete for their communities and schools. At McAfee McAfee, we understand that in life, just like football, adversity must be overcome, and the team you've chosen to commit to will be instrumental for your success and potential victory. If you are experiencing adversity and are in need of a win, give us a call and see if we could be the right fit to join your team. Call 638-7000. McAfee McAfee, we're the right firm right now.
Welcome back to the Greene County Football Game of the Week. This is the McAfee McAfee Law Office halftime show.
At halftime, it is the South Greene Rebels leading the West Greene Buffaloes 15-0. The Buffs started with possession of the football, went 8 plays, but threw an interception. And that's when the South Greene Rebels kind of took over. The stat that I have here says they ran 4 plays. There's a few more plays than that, more like about 7. But Nash Rader was highly involved with those. 74 yards, and then the capper was the 38-yard screen across the middle to Gentry of the South Greene Rebels, and Trey Gentry would take it into pay dirt. The point after was good, made the score 7-0. West Greene on a 3-and-out. Basically, they ran 5 plays of a first down on their first, and then would go 3-and-out, and then would go backwards after a bad punt snap. Would be recovered inside at the 15 at the 14, and a Nash Raider run later, 1 play, gave South Greene the at that time 13-0 lead. That snap went over the head of the holder, Susong, who picks it up on a perfect bounce to him, yells fire, and will find Couch in the corner of the end zone for the 2-point conversion to make it 15-0. West Greene would take the football and actually get an advantage. They would go about 4 plays, minus 10 yards. They had the ball on 4th down and 20, and they would punt the ball away. It would be muffed, and they would take back over right at midfield, go 7 plays, and turn it over on downs by the slimmest of margins. And again, when the ball was being placed from the middle of the field to the far sideline where the play ended in the middle of the field, you never know what's going to happen. As the ball was held in place, the nose went down, and that was basically the difference in the whether or not it was going to be a first down or not. And so a bit of an unfortunate set of circumstances for West Greene. But South Greene would get it, go 3 and out, punt the ball away, and West Greene would convert on 4th down deep in their own territory and go 15 plays. And the last play was an incompletion in the end zone with zeros on the clock. And that's how the first half ended. West Greene did a nice job playing keep away from South Greene, much like South Greene played keep away from Chucky Doak on that Saturday morning football game, especially in that third quarter. In this first half, the South Greene Rebels, in their limited time on the field, have 4 first downs, 3 rushes for 30 yards, 4 catches for 73 yards. 4 of 5 is Susong with the touchdown and a fumble and 1 penalty. They're 0 for 1 on 3rd down. And they had the ball for 3.5 minutes in the first half. 3.5 minutes. And that was it. For the West Greene Buffaloes, 7 first downs, 58 yards rushing, 33 yards through the air, as Daniel, 7 of 13, does have the pick and the fumble by the West Greene Buffs. So the 2 turnovers lost and 4 penalties for 20 yards, and are 2 of 9 on 3rd down, 1 of 3 on 4th down, and have had the ball for more than 16 minutes basically here in this first half. 17 minutes with some time, just some garbage numbers, I suppose. But still a situation in which they just are unable to get it really into the end zone with South Greene leading it. For the Rebels rushing the football, it's Nash Raiders game. 3 carries, 30 yards, and a touchdown, but again limited. Susong is 4 of 5 through the air with a touchdown, 76 yards. And, of course, Trey Gentry has the 2 catches for 43 yards. Dion Blair a catch for 28 yards for the South Greene Rebels. Defensively, it's Zeke Rader's game. He has 5 tackles to this point. Lisenby and also Dion Blair each with 3 for the South Greene Rebels. For West Greene, offensively, rushing the football, it is Doc Moody with 21 yards. Garber has 16. Kiefer has 14, and Daniels has 7. Of course, the hidden yardage are the bad snaps by the team losses there. Meanwhile, it is Dawson Daniels, 12 of 32 with the pick, and Baxley Britton is 1 for 1 for 1 yard in this football game in relief. On defense for the West Greene Buffaloes, leading the charge defensively is Doc Moody with the 4 tackles so far in the game, and Kiefer with 3 tackles so far in this football game. We are at halftime, and when we come back, Barry Carter will rejoin us with his first half coaching adjustments as you listen to the McAfee McAfee halftime report. It's South Greene 15, West Greene 0. This is the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week on WIKQ.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. It's time to get outside and get grilling. So let our Ace grilling experts help you choose the right grill for your family from the best brands like Big Green Egg Charcoal Grills, Traeger Wood Pellet Grills, and Weber Gas Grills. And since our stores are locally owned and we're committed to helping our neighbors, we'll also assemble and deliver your grill for free. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their grills. For Ace Rewards members on grills and accessories, $3.99 and up. See participating stores for scheduling or exclusions.
Hi, this is Mike Harrell with Roto-Rooter. I guess people wonder all the time, what is Roto-Rooter and what do they do? We are more than just a line cleaning company. We have septic pumping, cameras, and all of the state-of-the-art equipment. But we are locally owned and operated right here in the community. We go to church with you, our kids go to school with you, and we are a company that where a handshake and a word mean something. If it goes through a pipe, call Roto-Rooter, 423-639-1221.
Welcome back to the Greene County Football Game of the Week. This is the McAfee McAfee Law Office Halftime Show.
So we welcome you back into halftime where South Greene leads by a score of 15-0 as we welcome you back into our Century 21 legacy. First half coaching adjustments with our own guy, Barry Carter. You know, Coach, I don't know if you could have scripted it any better for the West Greene Buffs, I think, in that first half. And what I mean by that, the ability to play keep away from South Greene and control the clock, but they don't control the scoreboard right now. But, you know, you're going to kick off to start this second half to South Greene. You're going to need to hold, I think, on this first drive.
Yeah, and you know, it'd be hard to make any adjustments for South Greene offensively because they didn't have it. Who knows?
Right,
Who knows what works and what don't?
Right.
But I think what you're going to see out of South Greene is you're going to see a little more nice Raider here, I think. I think they'll come out here and try to establish him in the second half and maybe do a little ball control themselves. And it's hard to play defense all night long. West Greene, they hit on something. They came out late in the first quarter and spread the field a little bit and had some success. Ran out of time, got a little crazy at the end. They're scrambling. But look for West Greene maybe to come out and spread it out like they did and keep one running back in the backfield with Dawson Daniels, the two. So that threat, you have two people back there now, not just the quarterback running. Because I've said if there's nobody in the backfield but the quarterback, there's two options. He's going to run, he's going to throw it. So if you put somebody else in there beside him and then hit that, you know, let that guy run it a couple times, then you got your defense thinking about two people, and that opens up your outside for it.
You know, I was worried a little bit about the West Greene speed, but I don't need to worry about it when they have strength. They did a really good job, I think, making an in-game adjustment. Let's quit worrying about getting to the outside. Let's go right at it.
Well, South Greene's got a real good defense, but if you look for imposing physical specimens, that's not really South Greene, but that's okay because they're good and they're tough, but they're not huge. They rely on speed. So a lot of times you negate speed when you run straight at people. If you try to go to the outside, like you said, that plays into their strength. So if you run right at them a little bit, it kind of slows them down a little bit. Now the thing about it is they're so quick. A lot of times your offensive linemen have trouble picking them up because they're through the gap before you know what's going on. But you know, just run right at them and spread them out a little bit, then run right at them, I'd say.
I'd say here's an adjustment already that's been made by South Greene, I'll tell you, because I thank Sean Jones for letting me know number changes. Jovan Pendleton is moving to number 52, which means he's going to be on the offensive line. And Noah Robinson is moving to number 76, which means he's going to be on the offensive line. It appears as if they feel they need a little bit more bulk up front.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. Again, they had, 3 minutes in the first half, which is unreal. I mean, you'd think, be honest with you, if the team had 3 points, just 3 minutes in the first half, you'd think they're down 30.
Right.
But it's a 15-minute, 15-0 game right now. So I think that tells me that they're going to put some emphasis on running the football. We're going to take one of our receivers, and we're going to put him in there playing tackle, and we're going to come at you with a little bit of nice Raider and see if you can stop us.
The only chunk plays for the South Greene Rebels been in the passing game, a 21-yard pass catch and run by Blair, and that 38-yarder across the middle to Trey Gentry for the score. And the West Greene Buffaloes taking what the South Greene defense will give them. We can give you Barry Carter all day long, but you can have him yourself, you know? If you are looking for somebody to help you in the real estate market, you're just, you don't have any answers and you're sitting there wondering why. Barry can give you the here and now. Contact Barry at Century 21 Legacy. Let him relieve your headache that you may have in that real estate market by providing some solutions. Call him at 972-5586. Do a good job because I talk highly of you.
Thank you. I will. I promise.
Fantastic.
I vowed I will.
First half coaching adjustments brought to you by Century 21 Legacy. Coming up, second half action. Thanks for listening to the McAfee McAfee Law Firm Halftime Report. Your second half is on the way. It's South Greene 15. It's West Greene 0. This is the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week on WIKQ.
The real estate market is hot. Hi, I'm Lindsay Cutshaw with Southbound Real Estate. If you are looking to list your home or rental property, our area has never seen a better time than now. Listings are selling for top dollar and selling fast. So give Southbound Real Estate a call at 823-9082 or stop by and see us at 218 North Main Street, the former Election Commission office. We cannot wait to work for you.
Ashley Drug is always looking for ways to have your prescriptions filled more convenient. Sign up for their text alerts, and as soon as your prescription is ready, they'll notify you by text. They also offer free delivery for those who don't have a way to pick up their prescriptions. So call 639-5155 for prescription refills, and they'll have them ready for you when you stop by. And if it's a new prescription, drop it off, and they'll fill it as quickly as possible. Conveniently located in the West Greene Shopping Center right next to Food City, Ashley Drug Center.
The Friday night game of the week, a special presentation of Gateway Ford Nissan. Brought to you by
The Marathon Quick Stop Markets, Roberts Furniture and Mattress Gallery, your Greeneville Energy Authority, by Greeneville Federal Bank, Ashley Drug Center, by Hometown Realty and Auction, Ace Hardware, Roto-Rooter of Greeneville, Andrew Johnson Bank, Rusty's Tire Alignment, Baileyton Drug Company, by Terry's Flooring, Southbound Real Estate, Davy Crockett TA Travel Center, by Town & Country Pharmacy, by Food City, and by Gateway Ford Nissan.
And now, Friday nights under the light.
So we welcome you back into West Greene High School here on top of Old Big Ridge in Mossheim as the West Greene Buffaloes and the South Greene Rebels get together for the 50th time. Oldest football rivalry in Greene County. 15-0 South Greene. Learning in that first half of action that earlier today, young Caden Cole lost that battle.
Oh, my.
Now, fans, I can't tell you that we're talking about a kid. A kid. Our thoughts are with the family, the Cole family, and all those associated. It has brought together a community. It has brought together a county. It has brought together a state. But to be perfectly honest with you, football, yes, does bring people together. But for this reason, tragic.
Yeah,
too tragic.
Yeah, you're going to find, and that's what makes you proud of where you live.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things. Another thing we had when the funeral procession for my mother-in-law, people were pulling off the side. Makes you proud to be in Greene County.
Right. Well, it was with a heavy heart we start the second half. It'll be an onside attempt by the West Greene Buffaloes, and it is nearly recovered by West Greene. A perfect kick by Kendall Caldwell. But it has set up South Greene in perfect field position as Lucas Couch is able to save the day for the Rebels right at about midfield. 1st and 10 for South Greene.
That's a great play if it works.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then you're giving an explosive offense, a short field, and we've made some adjustments along the offensive line, moved some people from skill positions to line positions, and I think they're going to try to run it.
Noah Robinson has moved to the offensive line for the South Greene Rebels, or at least has changed his number to be eligible on the offensive line. West Greene, it didn't matter. They fly right in and bring down Nash Rader with a little bit of adjustment. Right now, Robinson is not on that line, nor is Pendleton. It'll be a loss on the play, as that was just like a dam break, if you will. A sieve breaks as the West Greene defensive front comes right in.
About any kind of break you want to come up with. Now, here's the deal about changing somebody from a different position during game. If they practice that, that's fine. If they've not practiced that, that's a different world that they're used to now, and West Greene blew through there that time.
Well, they're not in there right now. And so South Greene back to pass. This pass will be complete to Connor Race. And he's going to go down right at about midfield at the 49. So he gets the yardage lost back +1. So it's 3rd down and 9 coming up for South Greene.
Looked like old Austin Franklin made that tackle right there in the open field. Guess who had his mama in school?
Barry Carter.
That'd be me, old Natalie Wood. Bet she's not Wood.
Franklin.
But West Greene's come out a little fired up here on defense. This is a big stop right here, big old stop.
3rd down and 9 coming up for the South Greene Rebels. Back to pass. Looking is Susong. He'll deliver, looking for Gentry, who can't hang on to it, incomplete. It's 4th and 9. And South Greene has just been unable to keep possession here in the game, but leading 15-0.
And I believe they're going to try to punt it because they're on the left side of the pole. If you imagine back in the day when the light post right in the middle of the field, and if you were on the right side, you went. If you was on the left side, you punted. It made coaching easy. And also, I said they're going to come out and try to establish a run. 3 straight passes, wasn't it?
Well, they did run it the first time, but it went backwards in a hurry. So race to punt the ball away for the South Greene Rebels.
Wow.
Franklin is back deep. Race end over end, punt, gets it away. It'll be fielded by Franklin on a hop at the 15, near side 20, 25, 30, 35.
Ooh.
Forced out of bounds.
There it comes. There it comes.
Does come out and add 15 yards. As just trying to hold up his momentum. Unfortunately, he could not, the South Green Rebel, and it'll be added 15 to the play.
Yeah. Let's get a little chippy here, why don't we? Let's get fired up here and going. But
well, it's about time.
Yeah, that's right. This is West Green, South Green. We're supposed to be jawing back and forth and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know why the South Green players over here are talking to the coaching staff or whatever. But, yeah, he's right there. I mean,
well, it's about time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right. Hey, we still got another good half going. This is a close ball game right now, so things can get. This could be turned into your regular, outstanding West Green South Green game here in a minute.
So 15-0 South Green, but West Green now has it at the South Green 47. It is 1st and 10, and a handoff for the West Green Buffaloes, Kiefer, and Kiefer takes it to about the 44-yard line, and he's hit there by Lisenby, who's had a phenomenal game to this point, already a 6th tackle. Injured on the play is the newly uniformed Noah Robinson, who is also responsible for that penalty, but Robinson goes down with what appears to be an ankle injury to stop the clock.
Yeah, he's that's not your. I don't look like your normal cramp. It might be a cramp. It might be, but it, so he's made an impact with his number change. But that time West Green, I thought they'd come out. So far, I'm 0 for 2. I thought South Green come out and try to establish the run. I thought West Green would spread South Green out, and neither one of them done that. Did they pay me to do this? It's my expert analysis stuff.
You get something. I'm not, yeah.
Well, they don't pay me.
It's enough so you can be wrong.
Good. I'm earning it. Don't tell me I don't earn my living there, brother.
So Robinson is up and on his own power. Will walk off the field as the trainer, Callan Harden, has been busy for South Green in his first half.
And I believe he had a crank because the way he's walking, it's not if it's an ankle or whatever, lower leg, he'd be limping a little bit, but he looks like he's moving pretty good.
Jovan Pendleton has also changed his number from 42 to 52. So West Green facing 2nd down and 7. Snap is back, handoff to Kiefer, and blowing up off the left edge is going to be the South Green Rebels, Dion Blair, to make a stop 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, make that 3 and make it a 3rd down and 10 coming up for West Green.
I believe you say that Mr. Blair read that because he shot across the line of scrimmage, and again, I'd like to see West Green go back to what they were successful for, spreading it out like they did, because they tried this in the first half when they would do a whole lot, but they spread it out and had some success, so I wouldn't mind seeing that happen again.
3rd down 10 coming up for West Green, 9.5 to play 3rd quarter in a low-scoring affair. South Green has had the ball for about 5 minutes of this entire game. Have scored on 2 of their 4 possessions, and they also muffed a punt. 3rd down and 10. West Green's Daniels is going to keep it, jump right into behind the 2 runners, and he'll move the ball inside the 45 and go down to about the 42-yard line. So he's going to gain about 5. It's 4th and 5 coming up for the West Green Buffs.
That time they faked it to 2 guys, and the 3rd guy kept it. The quarterback faked it the first running back to the second running back. Then he just turned, and he followed them in a hole. And West Green's going to punt, play a little field position here, try to back South Green up deep.
Why not?
That's a good strategy.
8:40 to play here in the 3rd quarter. So Daniels, he's had 1 punt sail over his head, and the other punt was muffed by the Rebels, but no returner back for South Green. And this is going to sail over the head of Daniels again inside the 30. It's going to fall on it at the 25, so no one can pick it up. And more lost yardage, hidden yardage in a game that South Green now has great field position, leading 15-0.
Well, what we've done now is gone from backing them up deep to putting them deep into your end of the field now, and that was a pretty spiral coming out there, but it was way too high. Every time we do something like this, makes me think of my old boy Justin Wheeler. We kept trying to punt years ago, tried to punt Chuck Liddell back deep, and he kept kicking it out of the end zone.
Yeah.
I said, Justin, are you trying to get me fired or what? He said, go kick it out of bounds.
So it will be 1st and 10 for the South Green Rebels, and they'll run it on 1st and 10 from their 26. This will be Nash Rader. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped right around the line of scrimmage by Damian Sintel.
South Green came out that time with trips to the right and then tried to run Rader back inside where they had shifted out, and the linebackers and the defensive line for West Green held their own, and they didn't allow them to get any movement.
About a loss of a half yard. So it brings up 2nd down, a long 10. Susong works out of the pistol with Rader behind him. Snap is back. Play action. Susong to pass. He's got a man across the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. And they were looking for a flag as it looked as if Lane was the intended target, but it's 3rd down and 10 coming up for South Green.
Yeah, he threw it behind him. He was coming across the middle from left to right, and that thing sailed on the inside on Susong that time, and the West Green defender's in real good position. He kind of had his hands on him, but it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing to interfere with him trying to catch a ball.
So 3rd down coming up for South Green. Again, maybe 6 minutes of possession for this game. They do lead 15-0. But West Green has done a nice job defensively. So Susong works out of the pistol. Rader is behind him. On 3rd down, play action pass. Looking to the corner of the end zone for Blair. Blair over the shoulder, incomplete. Could not bring it in. He was all alone as Franklin was playing off of him, and Blair was wide open, and the pass just goes high. It's 4th down.
Yeah, he got separation from Franklin. Franklin kind of wandered into the middle of the field, and Blair was going straight down the field. I don't know if Franklin thought he was fixing to break it off to the post or not, and laid it up there and let him go get it, but he's just about a yard too far. You reckon this is a big play right here?
Well, I think for the South Green offense momentum and for the West Green defense, for sure, big play.
Yes.
And for crying out loud, he is 6'4". The pants are one size fit all. They don't fit everybody. So he's going to have his pants stapled to his person just to keep him in place. Seriously, you're going to have guys that are under 6 foot tall that fit into these pants anymore.
What's wrong with that? I'm under 6 foot
Me
tall.
too.
Well,
Me too.
yeah.
4th down as Buckner, the best target for South Green, out of the game. Susong rolls the pocket. His pass is high and incomplete as he rolled the pocket to his weak side, and it's 1st and 10 on a turnover on downs. West Green holds, and can they carry momentum?
Hey, what's the best pass defense, Brian?
Great pass rush.
Pass rush. Brock Winstead shot off the line of scrimmage. I think it's a roll to that way anyway, but he speeded up Susong, and they wasn't able to get anybody work well self open, and he just ended up throwing it into all them South Green fans that they got bleachers over here, but they're over standing.
Right. Well, they could sit with the band of Rebels. 1st and 10, the bad snap does not hurt West Green. Just hurt him in field position. So they'll take over from the 26-yard line, their own 26, go right to left. Out of that wing T look, this handoff is to Kiefer, and he's going to be ripped and wrapped up and brought down behind the line of scrimmage, and a wonderful open field tackle is made by Jeff Dodson, who just flies through and brings down Kiefer for a loss of 3.
Obviously, I wasn't the greatest coach in the world, but I'm not running that way no more.
Yeah.
I'm going to run back the other side. Now, fake it that way and see if you go. I'll tell you what they can do. Here you go. Fake that run and let Dawson keep it, bootleg it around the left here.
2nd down and 12. They mark him at the 24. 6.5 to play in this 3rd quarter. South Green leads it 15-0. Daniels working out of the pistol. He's got 2 backs behind him split. The wing back is lined up to that right side. That's Franklin. Franklin's going to get the carry. Franklin's breaking some daylight across the 30, and he's tripped up by Gentry barely. A trip up, or potentially Franklin still running. He's upended at the 32. And so that'll be a gain of 8. It's 3rd down and about 4 coming up for West Green.
Again, against a team that likes to run on defense, if you start flow one way and come back the other way, then good things usually happen if you get them out of position. And that time Franklin was a shoelace from still be running.
Daniels works out of the pistol formation, 3rd down and 4, and they'll go right at the South Green defense again. It's a great hit and great penetration by South Green's Lisenby.
Uh-oh.
And a flag comes in at the end of this play.
I would not be surprised to see that go against, it's going to go against South Green because the guy's helmet came off and he didn't have to come out of the game.
So Blair was over there on that sideline, or is involved in the play. West Green was still blocking. I think Blair took exception to it. Lisenby stuffed Moody for a loss of a couple. It appeared, or at least a loss of a yard, but they were giving him the 35. They gave him some forward progress, but a personal foul on both negates it, and we do it over. So it's a duo.
You know,
I hate duo.
I'm not big on that. One guy catch the guy that started it. Okay.
Something happened.
Yeah, somebody said something to get it started.
Have the courage, man.
Yeah, make a stand. Come on. That's easy, but I don't. That's better than too unsportsmanlike when you have an offsides over and an unsportsmanlike. That kind of stuff.
It's what? It's 3rd down. They redo it. It's a duo. 3rd down, 4. West Green handoff. This will be Kiefer right side. He'll have the 35-yard line. They need the, well, they're giving him the 36 and maybe the 35 and a half. We'll need a half yard for a first on 4th down and a half yard.
You got, don't you got to go here?
Oh, yeah, you're going.
Even though you're on your own. And South Green is not, they're not showed a whole lot of stuff they're doing on offense, so take a chance on your defense.
Your defense playing great.
Let's don't get a delay game penalty, though.
4th down and a half yard coming up at the 36-yard line. At the 35 and a half yard line. How about that?
I'll take it.
So on 4th down, handoff, 1st down. An Apex Bank 1st and 10 will carry it up to the 40-yard line. And on the carry is going to be Kiefer, who says, let's move the chains, and the West Green Buffaloes stay on the field.
That wasn't what you call a smooth handoff, and they run it back to that side. No wonder I'm not coaching anymore. I wouldn't run. I said, I'm not running back that way, and they just went over and got a big major 1st down. That's what I know. But I'm getting paid enough to make mistakes, correct?
That's right. You get enough to make mistakes.
I'll see if I can't make a few more tonight.
4 minutes, 18 seconds left here in this first, and make this 3rd quarter of play. It's 15-0 South Green. Back split in the backfield. Franklin, the wingback, coming to this near side. Daniels going to throw near side. Franklin wide open. 50. Got a block. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, West Green. Touchdown, and Daniels to Franklin. It goes for 60, and the Buffaloes are back in it.
That was called by force of habit, okay? West Green's pounding. South Green chiefs up. They're going to shut down the run. They fake the run and just send Franklin across the field just like South Green did earlier. Nobody there. They're all chasing it over on the other side of the field. And he runs faster than his mama.
It's pretty fast. Pretty quick. So it is a touchdown, 60 yards from Daniels to Franklin, who was wide open behind the defense. And now they'll go for 2. And a South Green offense that has not possessed it, they have not moved it. They will run this swing and gate looking type thing where they will line up everybody to the left. They converted this last week against Unicorn. They act like they're going to kick an extra point. And South Green has been afforded the opportunity to line up properly here. They still don't have enough here to this near side where Garber is.
No, all they got to do is stand and throw it to Garber, and he's in because there's nobody over there.
So they'll throw it to Garber to the near side and he dropped it. So the 2-point will fail, and that will take us to a timeout and a break. Back in 30 seconds with a new score. 3:55 left in the 3rd quarter. South Green 15, West Green 6. It's the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week on WIKQ.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, they're always looking for ways to help their customers save. So this month, be sure to stop in to your local Marathon Quick Stop Market and take advantage of these great deals. Quick Stop steak biscuits 2 for $3 and corn dogs 2 for $2. 28-ounce Powerade, $99.
Corner Pawn, the friendly and knowledgeable staff, has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pawn can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pawn is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pawn help you today at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greeneville, Tennessee.
5 plays, 74 yards, a 60-yard touchdown catch and run by Austin Franklin. The 2-point conversion failed, and it's 15-6. So West Greene will kick it away. Caldwell to do it, and he'll put his foot into it. It's fielded at the 29, near side, 30, 35. Raider waiting, 40, 45, and upended at the 46 to the 48-yard line. Good field position again by South Greene, who has had it in the second half, but has been able to do zero with it.
This turning kind of acts like it's going to turn into a typical West Greene, South Greene football game, don't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a lot of action. We've not had a lot of points on the board, but we've had all kinds of things happening right now. Block punts, snap overhead, left punts, incomplete passes, great interceptions, penalties. Just another day at the office.
Blair to the left. Near side is Buckner, who has his pants stapled to his person, along with Gentry. Snap is back. They'll throw it to the left side. This is going to be Charlie Lane into West Greene territory at the 50 and down to the 48-yard line. Tackled there by Franklin. And they're going to pick up 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up for the South Greene Rebels.
Is that not the most nerve-wracking pass in the world? Just stand up and throw it over on that sideline, and everybody, all the players on the sideline, the cheerleaders are over there, and they somehow sneak it through there and they gain yards out of it. That makes me nervous.
2nd down 5 at the Buff 48-yard line for the South Greene Rebels, leading 15-6. They'll hand it off. Raider left side, Daylight 40, 30, weaving his way through traffic 20, still weaving 10, still weaving to the 5, and he'll be down there. 1st and goal for the South Greene Rebels into the Gary's Payton Body red zone on an Apex Bank 1st and 10. Franklin saved the touchdown.
And that's where nice Raider can hurt you, because all of a sudden you don't have anything. They pop a little gap for him, and he gets in that second level. When those athletes get in that green grass, they're dangerous and hard to pick up.
Injury timeout for Franklin, who's gassed. He had the touchdown. Now he saves the touchdown for the West Greene Buffaloes with 3:03 left here in this third quarter. But Raider, his longest play of the game. He did have the 20-yard kickoff return that started this whole drive. But, you know, this one goes for make that 38 yards. Pardon me, 43 yards. And now it's 1st and goal at the 5. Raider, well, what a quick first burst as he'll take it inside the 5 down to the 1, where it'll be 2nd down and goal for the South Greene Rebels.
It didn't take him long to get started, did it? No. I mean, one step and he's full speed. And that's what those, you know, there's a difference between being fast and being quick. And some kids are fast and quick, and I believe he's got that.
So Susong is going to step up under his center, Lisenby. He's going to lose the snap for a second, gather it, and then lunge forward, and I think he's into the end zone. Yes. Touchdown, South Greene. Touchdown, Jacob Susong takes it in from a yard away.
And again, it goes back to explosive backs like we've seen this year that can, I mean, at any time, at any point in the game, Mervin from Chuggadoke, Vault from North Greene, Raider here. I mean, at any point in time, if they get just a small gap, they're in it. And that quickness as you was talking about and speed, and they're in the secondary, and it's a nightmare for anybody.
Will Hoyt to attempt the point. Snap, hold by Susong. Kick is up by Will Hoyt. It is good. So 2:13 left in this third quarter. And we go to a timeout back in 30 seconds with your new score. It's South Greene 22, West Greene 6, as you listen to the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week from WIKQ.
Tommie's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greeneville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommie's Plumbing is local and family owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work, such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommie's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommie's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommie's a call at 638-3662.
It's almost like a Statue of Liberty play. Susong went to act as if he was going to pass and then handed it off to Rader, who runs it in full stride, and all of a sudden he's in the secondary. He takes it down to the 5, a 43-yard run. Susong will take it in from a yard out, and the point after is good, and the score is 22-6. And now, Wilhoit to kick it away. It's a far side kick return by Alex Johnson from the 25, 30, 35, 40. He'll take it up to the 43-yard line before he's brought down by a swarm of Rebels. 1st and 10 for the West Greene Buffs.
It's funny because you watch a baseball game on TV or whatever, and a guy hits a pop-up to center field, and the fans are going, ah! And then this time right here, this guy catches a kick, a kickoff. He starts running up the field, and the fans are going, ah, and he gets 10 yards.
Immediately, yeah.
But that's part of it. That's why it's a good fan game. And why the fans are here, and we appreciate them being here.
West Greene finally breaks through on their last offensive series on a 60-yard screen to Frank. Well, not really, just a 10-yard pass down the field, and then Franklin did the rest. Johnson will come to the near side. Franklin is out. Britton is the wingback to the left side. And they'll hand it off. Doc Moody breaks the contain across the 45. He'll take it up near midfield. Pendleton makes the tackle after a gain of about 7.5. It's second down, a long 2.
He's a good running back too, old Doc Moody. I mean, he's not that jitterbug like Raider is, but he's a good runner. Runs with his head up, runs his shoulder lean, and all that good stuff they say that running backs do, and finds a hole and hits it as hard as he can.
Second and a long 2 with 1:35 left in this third quarter. South Greene leads 22-6. They've had the ball for about 10 minutes of this game. Britton on the left side turns around is the snap and hands it off to Moody from Daniels, who takes it just across the 50 to South Greene's 49 is Moody. He's a yard and maybe a half yard shy of that first down, third down coming up for West Greene.
Yeah, he's a juggler. What he's trying to do, he's trying to make a defense from South Greene think he's fixing to throw that thing.
Right.
And then he pulls it back in. No, he wasn't.
No.
But this is big right here. West Greene needs to, West Greene still got a quarter and a minute left to go, so they need to finish this drive off, put some points on it, hang tough, and we got a penalty right here. They got away with it.
Third down and a half yard coming up for West Greene. And the officials blow the play clock dead. It's a false start on West Greene. Holy cow.
Yeah, and then West Greene had a player run off late after they was lined up, and he come running off. They got away with that. And then it was just taking, those linemen, I don't know if it's a lineman that jumped, but they get down in their stance, and the quarterback's signaling and all that stuff. They get itchy and all that stuff, and sometimes they got that internal clock going on in their mind, and the alarms goes off, and they're supposed to move, and then it's sometimes too early.
3rd and 6 for West Greene. They'll run a misdirections handoff to Franklin, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, and he's ripped out of bounds inside the 30, and about the 27. It's an Apex Bank 1st and 10 for the West Greene Buffs.
And that was that counter, jet sweep counter, I guess you want to call it, with Flo starts to ride to hand it back to now we got we got somebody who has said something to the referee that wasn't very nice and add 15 to it. I mean, they got him as he's running off the field. Here we go. West Green, South Green. Here we go.
So unsportsmanlike is the call.
I don't know what but whatever he said, it was the magic words.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was.
So they're inside the 15. It's half the distance. They're going to the 14 of South Green.
Oh!
So a handoff on first down, and West Green is sliding downhill right now for this West Green Buffalo team. Korner Race is going to end up with the tackle, but Ian Kiefer and these big guys like Moody and Kiefer are tough to bring down as that's the end of the third.
And they pulled the left guard, Damian Centel, big old sophomore. He came from his left guard spot and come around there and stuck his big old nose up in the hole off tackle and give it running back a little to get to the big yards.
Gain of about 7 to end the third quarter. We go to the fourth, back in 1 minute. At the end of 3, South Green 22, West Green 6, as you listen to the Gateway. Just 9.5 points a game through the first 4. They finally break through, and now they're getting some chunk plays on this defense. And at the and it's been Austin Franklin who's been able to get it done for West Green.
It's all about getting your athletes in space. That's what South Green has done with Raider. That's what West Green has done with Austin Franklin. Get them in space, let them run.
Daniels will look to come under center. Now step back in the pistol. On second down and 3, Moody gets the handoff, and he'll take it near the 5-yard line and maybe a yard on that carry. Lisenby, and he got some help that time on that defensive front for the South Green Rebels. That was Pendleton. So it's third down and 2.
Well, I don't know if I wouldn't run either him or Kiefer, I'm sorry. Why do I want to call him Effler for?
It's Ian.
Ian.
So it's confusing.
Yeah, that's what it ain't my fault.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I mean, Keffler or Donahue, just 2 booms right up the middle and see if you can stop us. Fourth down and 2.
Out of the pistol again is going to be Daniels. He's going to keep it left side. Has daylight inside the 5, which closes in a hurry thanks to Zeke Rader and company. But it should move the chains. It will. It's a Apex Bank first and goal just inside the 5.
Don't you just love them big piles of water, human man, scrums all out together, and just people and I don't see how they ever hang on to the ball because everybody's just pushing and grabbing and going on. So if I'm West Green, I'm pounding right ahead for 4 straight downs till I punch in the end zone.
We go under 11 to play here in this fourth quarter. Under center will come Daniels. He'll turn around out of a stacked set in the backfield. This will be Doc Moody. He'll take it inside the 3 and down to about the 1, and it will bring up second and goal from there.
You know what I'm calling right here?
Doc Moody.
I'm saying, don't come over here, Dawson. Do it again.
Yeah, it's just the same thing.
I mean, put him in. I can pretty much in the I formation and run straight ahead. It's going to be hard to stop him. Second down and 2 yards.
10-20, their clock runs. Coming under center will be Daniels. 2 fullbacks in that power eye look behind Garber and Kiefer. And they were going to hand it and did, I think, to Garber. And they do. Touchdown, West Greene. Touchdown. Maddox Garber touching Pater from a yard away.
Man, Maddox is another one of those good hard runners, boy. West Greene's got 3 backs that run the ball extremely hard. And what happened right there, you go in a pair I set where you got a fullback with a tailback lined up with him, then a wing back about a yard to the right of the fullback. Well, in an I formation, who's the feature back? Tailback. Yeah. Everybody's keying on a tailback. They hand it to the first man through, and he was there before South Greene could react to it. And if it ain't broke,
don't fix it. Power I set for 2 points, and before the play can get underway, which would not have made it, South Greene burns a timeout on special teams. So a fortunate break there for West Greene if they're looking for a few more moments to talk about this. But South Greene defense leaking a little bit of oil only because West Greene has kind of found their traction on offense a little bit. And the reason they have that traction is because their defense has played real good.
It has, and I'm telling you that, again, South Greene is, I'm not taking anything away from South Greene's defense. I mean, what are they giving up, 6 points a game?
Yeah, it's crazy.
In a, 4 or 5 games? You know, 5 weeks. But they're built on speed. Okay, they're not massive up front. So if you can run right at them, you'll have success. If you try to get to the outside and outflank them, they're going to chase you down. Blair come up and get you and all that stuff.
I haven't, and Coach Case knows that. And so he went in and said, hey, I need a few big bodies up front. They moved Pendleton up there, which he was there. But Noah Robinson was more a linebacker. And now he's not in the game because of what appears to be maybe a cramp or an ankle injury to start the third quarter. And then on the upfront offensive line, they've kind of moved those 2 guys there as well just to kind of get Grader going. Well, out of the South Greene timeout, they'll go for 2. Daniels to roll the pocket, look to the back of the end zone, and it's caught. The 2-point conversion made by Braden McAfee, and the West Greene Buffaloes are within 8. 10:07 to play in the game. We go to break with your new score. It's South Greene 22, West Greene 14, as you listen to the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week on WIKQ.
We love food. It's our thing. You'll notice it all over the store, like how our certified butchers stamp the time your meat was ground, not just the day. Nobody does food like Food City. This week, save on lean ground round, $4.99 a pound for 3 pounds or more. RC products or Food Club shredded or chunk cheese, buy one, get one.
The mission at TRC Logistics is providing independent advice and identifying the right fit for you. Services are sourced and procured based on solution specifications provided by our supply chain solution. TRC Logistics has the freight management experience you need with the quality you can depend on. Customer service is our goal, not increased profit margins. The mission at TRC Logistics is simple: to provide high-quality services in a timely manner. Our team caters to each project's specific needs to ensure excellence. When service matters, TRC Logistics is the solution.
Quarterback rolls over here and says, all right, I'm going to throw it this one. But that was an old play because Coach Bob was old, too.
He had a bunch to choose from, I'll say that.
I guarantee you.
All right, so Caldwell's going to attempt an onside kick. And it'll be wait, and they'll fall on top of it. Charlie Lane in West Greene territory at the 49-yard line. South Greene with field position, but West Greene's defense has played well.
Well, as far as he kicked that, if he'd have kicked it down the field, it'd been on the goal line. He kicked it from all the way from the left side of the field all the way over here to the right sidelines, which is almost 53 1/3 yards.
Right.
But, again, trying to take a chance. And, they're trying not to kick it deep right now and let South Greene break one long. But, boy, oh, boy, if you're a West Greene fan, you're pulling for the defense right now.
Buckner on the right side with Gentry. Near side is Blair for South Greene. They go right to left. They'll bring race in motion across the formation. Out of the pistol is Susong. He's got Raider in the backfield. They'll run a little counter, and this will be Race running it right side. Now back up the middle, and he'll take it down for a gain of 2. Sintel is there for West Greene. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 to the 40. Well, they're going to give him the 46, 2nd down and 7.
And that's what you call staying at home, because you run counters like that because you want the defense to overcommit to the side that the fake is to. But you just tell your the people on the opposite side, you just come a yard across the line of scrimmage and find it.
2nd down 7 for South Greene, leading 22-14. Snap is back, handoff to Raider right side across the 45, and he just plowed his way down to about the 41. And they'll need a couple of yards for a first. 3rd down and 2. It's Kiefer there on the stop for the West Greene Buffs.
Oh, it's got to be decision time. What do we play? Do we run? If we don't make it, do we go on 4th down? What play are we going to run if we go on 4th down? So exciting.
Make that 3rd down and 2, pardon me, and Raider gets the handoff, beats Sintel's arm tackle, spins at the 40, stays on his feet, fighting for more yards down to the 38-yard line. It's an Apex Bank 1st and 10. He went through about 7 tacklers from West Greene
before he got to the line of scrimmage. And West Greene had a chance to really make a big-time stop in the backfield, but those good running backs, so you got to wrap them up. They're so shifty that you think you've got a good hold on them, and they make a little hip move or leg plane, and they're, what is it to call? I forget, wimp leg or something like that, and they're gone somewhere else.
Sintel ended up making that stop after he broke the tackle behind the line. 1st and 10, Susong to pass. Looking across the middle, he's got a man, Blair, caught at 15, 10, down to the 5, into the Gary's Peyton body. Red zone, 1st and goal from Apex Bank at the 5.
Just ran a post pattern, got inside, got behind the defensive back, and a lot of times defensive backs are watching that action in the backfield, and then you go, uh-oh, and a perfect pass by Susong, put it right out there where Blair could catch it, and that's a big answer for South Greene, especially if they put this thing in the end zone right here.
All of a sudden, these offenses are rolling after a defensive battle in that first half. This will be Raider waits, patient, walks in. Touchdown, South Greene. Touchdown, Nash Raider, touching pay dirt from 5 yards, and South Greene extends the lead.
Yeah, that's a major hole. The right guard and the right tackle, the center right guard and right tackle, opened up a cavern there for Susong, Raider, and he doesn't need a lot of space, but if you give him that kind of space, you have not a shot.
Great vision by that young man.
Yes, sir.
Susong to hold the Will Hoyt attempt. Snap, hold, kick is good. Another timeout, another score. We go to break with your new score. 8 minutes to play in the game. It's now South Greene 29, West Greene 14. As you listen to the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week from WIKQ.
At Baileyton Drug Company, we make filling your prescriptions quick and easy with our drive-through and home delivery. Or come in store and see what all we offer in our large over-the-counter and home medical equipment sections. And be sure to see our Wellness Center for all-natural, drug-free home remedies to prevent and provide you relief from what ails you. That's at Baileyton Drug Company, where you're a neighbor, not a number. 515 Van Hill Road in Baileyton.
And now, back to the field with Brian Staten and Barry Carter.
So the South Greene Rebels extend the lead. 5 plays. They go 49 yards, taking advantage of the field position that West Greene gave them on an onside attempt. And it was a 35-yard pass play from Susong down to Blair to the 5-yard line. And then it was Raider touching pay dirt, his second rushing touchdown of the game. It's 29-14 South Greene, and Will Hoyt will kick it away.
Again, if you kick an onside kick and you don't get it, then you give a team great field position, and South Greene is explosive on offense, and you gave them short field.
So Will Hoyt kicks it. It's muffed at the 25 and picked up by Britton there. Britton weaving his way through some traffic to the 30 and makes it up to about the 32-yard line. And a good special teams tackle is made there for South Greene by Jeff Dotson. It'll be 1st and 10 for the West Greene Buffs at the 33.
Well, Race kicked a missile that time. I'd say Britton's probably got a tattoo in his chest where that thing bounced, just sort of lodged in there and bounced off of him eventually. But I think West Greene needs to get a little sense of urgency here and go quickly.
So the West Green Buffaloes, and again, we talked about that even last week when they had the ball. They don't. It's not necessarily in their DNA to go fast.
That's true. That's a good point. I mean, you build your team around what your strengths are, and West Green says their strength is that power running game, and we've talked about it all night long. So it's kind of hard for you to get out of what your mode is, especially what you've been working on since in the summer.
We're going to reset the clock. I think some time came off of it. Should be around 7:45, 7:40, 7:45, somewhere around there.
Is that old Leonard Price keeping the clock down there?
7:52.
Well, they reset the clock down at McDonald Elementary School after that. Ricky Garber done said, I don't need a PA. 7:52.
That's right. In downtown Greeneville, they heard that.
Yeah, I guarantee. They just reset the clock at Volunteer.
Yeah, they did. They was like, what? What?
What, it's 7:52?
No, it's not. It's crazy. It's more like 8:50. Handoff left side for West Green. They have it from the 33 across the 35 and up to the 38-yard line. Will go Kiefer, where he's going to be brought down over on that right side by the South Green Rebel defense. Second down, and let's call it a little closer to 6.
Yeah, and West Green has done some good things on offense. Of course, they've had a lot of chances to do some good things because South Green's not had the ball hardly any time at all.
Yeah, they haven't.
But they need to we need to move a little quicker if you're West Green. We're taking too much time in the huddle down, 15 with 7 to go?
7:15
We need to
left.
be hurrying.
Second down and 6. Daniels working out of the pistol with 2 backs behind him. Wingback is Franklin to the left side.
Bringing everybody.
And they'll run that counter. Franklin is going to be caught by Gentry, and that'll be a gain of still about 30 at the 38 to the 39-yard line potentially, but it's third down coming up here for the West Green Buffs.
Yeah, and South Green brought an end or a safety and a corner from the right side, and they actually end up just kind of following the play along, and as they did that counter, they just ended up following Franklin around to the other side and was in there to make a play.
Yeah, they're only going to give him a yard. Franklin paid the price. He's still down on this sideline.
He's not a big young'un either.
Britton comes in, the wingback to the left side. Kiefer, Maddox, Garber in the backfield. Wide out to the left. This will be Daniels. Handoff Moody, pardon me. He'll run it to the left side. Breaks the tackle there across the 40. Stumbling, fumbling, and making the Apex Bank 1st and 10 across the 45 to the 46-yard line. And the West Green Buffaloes move the chains.
Doc says, look, if you think you're going to pull me down by pulling on my shirt, no. You're not going to. These shirts are expensive. Let go of it. You're going to have to wrap me up.
And you lose a fingernail in the process.
I guarantee it. Oh, my gosh.
It is 1st and 10 for the West Green Buffs, but again, under 6 to play. They huddle. Near side will come Johnson. Baxley Britton is the wingback right side. Daniels works out of the pistol. Turns around, he'll fake it, the handoff, and then the counter to the left side across midfield to the 45, and he'll take it down to the South Green 43. Korner race with the tackle, moves the chains, and Apex Bank 1st and 10 on a gain of 12.
They do a pretty good job in that play action, faking the handoff and all that stuff, because, they really carried it out pretty well. And then when Daniels pulled it out and turned it up, he was pretty much by himself till he got to the corner.
So, again, huddling as we go to 5.5 to play in the game, down 15, 29-14. Both teams finding their offensive rhythm here in the second half. And somebody called a timeout, just don't know who.
It looked like the referee's patted himself like we got one down.
We got one down. So we have an injury timeout with 5:20 to play in the football game. Coming up at the conclusion of our contest, stay tuned for Jim Miller. He'll have the Gateway Ford Nissan Friday night school.
At Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories, And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Korner Pawn is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Korner Pawn help you today at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greeneville, Tennessee.
It's a good one. It is Daniels who's injured with a cramp, so it's Britley. It's actually Britton.
Easy for you to say.
It's easy for me to say. Will come out and run the offense this set. Garber, the wingback right side. This will be Britton. He's going to keep it, and he's in some trouble. And he's going to be brought down by his face mask by the player that was being held, but it is a face mask in a very dangerous situation back inside the West Greene territory at the 49-yard line. But
that's going to be the personal foul one.
So the face mask will be a first down.
If you just brush across it, it's the 5-yard variety. If you use the face mask to make the tackle, it's a 15-yarder, and it's just you just end up grabbing a hold of something. You don't do it intentionally. You just kind of got a hold of something. You're trying to make a tackle, so you hang on. And unfortunately, if you're the defender, it's the face mask.
And so, I mean, he's being held, so he's trying to do whatever he can do.
Get into the play, yeah.
Get into the play. And he's just got his arm out, and the first thing that he had felt contact with,
he grabbed it.
Yeah. He didn't realize it was the face mask.
I remember when I was playing, I grabbed it, grabbed jerseys, I used to like to stick my hand underneath the shoulder pads, through the shirt. Not under the shirt, but you reach there and under the shirt and grab the shoulder pads.
Yeah.
You hold on that, it's hard for them to go anywhere.
Right.
Unless they're stomping you in the ground as they run over you. That happened.
So it goes down to the 28. It'll be first down. And they carry the football. I missed the play. I always have to hard time.
It was somebody running from the right to left. I believe it's, I can't even say his name again.
Kiefer.
Yeah. How'd you know?
Just assumes. No gain on the play. Second down and 10.
What are you saying? Are you trying to say we worked together too long?
A little too well, maybe.
Maybe a little too well. Not too long. Well. We might ought to hurry.
Second down. We're inside of 4.5 minutes to play, and we're still huddling. Is Daniels out there yet?
Yes.
He is back out there.
Can they see the score?
It is 29-14. Franklin appears to be okay. He runs to the sideline ready to go. Early movement for West Greene. We play on. Daniels will go to the end zone. He's got a man out there. Buckner will knock it away. Incomplete. Good coverage deep as they had a man, Johnson, behind the defense. But Buckner, the safety, supposed to be the deep man, had to come over and after he was beaten 5 yards and potentially knocked it away.
Yeah, and there was a lot of contact there, but everybody was playing the ball that time. As long as you turn around and you're going for the ball, you can bump into each other. It's when you're not playing the ball, you're playing the individual when it becomes a pass interference. My wife don't understand pass interference. She's about like spot penalties and holding.
Yeah.
Of course they interfere with him. He's trying to keep from catching it.
Buckner's staples must have come free because he continues to pull his pants down. It is a third down and 10 for West Greene, down 15. Daniels with the snap, looking near side. He's got a man, Franklin, at the 30. Breaking tackles, and then he's finally going to be brought down about the 28-yard line, which is the line of scrimmage, by the way. So it is fourth down and 10. They're on the tackle. Coming up is Lucas Couch, and there's a lot of guys getting up real slow here at the end of this slugfest.
Yeah, this has been a slugfest. I mean, it's been a crazy game. Nobody could do anything offensively. Then in the second half, everybody's playing great offense. The defense has been chasing each other around, and defense is a reaction.
Yeah.
And offense, this is where I go when I'm doing. Defense is you got to react, which exerts energy to get there, so it'll take it out of you on defense.
29-14, South Greene leads.
Ball game.
West Greene on fourth down and 10, and South Greene may burn one here after Joe Case got a look at it, and that's going to be the case.
Well, to me, this would be for a ball game if West Greene don't convert here.
Busted pipes got you down? Need a utility line trenched out? Whatever your light backhoe needs, groundhog trenching is the solution. Groundhog trenching does the digging so you don't have to. Whether you need to bore under the driveway, sidewalk, road, or maybe you just need help with your next livestock burial, groundhog trenching can do the job. Give us a call or even send us a text today to find out how the groundhog can help on your next project. Call 423-823-8308. That's 423-823-8308.
In that one right there, and some smart act down there said, "Oh, that's a long time ago, wasn't it?"
50 years, 49 years to be exact. Actually.
Yeah, 40.
The 50th meeting.
Yeah.
So, 4th down, South Greene out of the timeout. Facing, West Greene facing this 4th down. The South Greene defense trying to figure out, all right, what they do. Now they've adjusted slightly. Daniels working out of the gun. On his right shoulder is Kiefer. Gets the snap, it's back. Blitz comes. Daniels pass complete to Franklin at the 25. 20, hit at the 18 by Gentry, and it only depends on the spot. They needed just inside the 20, and he doesn't get it. And the South Greene Rebels hold on downs, and Trey Gentry with the biggest tackle at this point to this game.
That was a major league play by a young man for South Greene, and Trey Gentry. He's a junior, and Franklin was a half a yard away from making it, and he stops him, doesn't let him fall forward, stops him in his track, and then drops him backward.
Needed a half yard, and South Greene takes over at the 19, leading 29-14, 3:04 left in the game. Susong is going to keep it, run it right up the middle, and he's got some good yardage, gets some good blocks across the 30 up to about the 32-yard line. A little extra at the end of it. Daniels helping out on the stop, along with Doc Moody, and it's a 2nd down, and we'll call it more like 4.
Have you ever noticed in certain games if there's a scuffle breaks out and something going on, it seems like there's always one certain player there.
Right.
Number 21, Deion Blair, is in there on a lot of scuffle and stuff like that. I love it. He really plays hard.
Well, Sean Jones says that's great, but let's call a timeout to get our wits about it. So they're going to burn their final timeout. And we'll take it as well. Back in 30 seconds here to Mossheim. 2:48 left in this football game. It is South Greene leading West Greene 29-14.
Hometown Realty of Greeneville is celebrating 20 years as your hometown real estate firm. Times change, but our principles and dedication to our community have not. Thank you for 20 successful years, and we look forward to 20 more.
On behalf of our agents, we would like to thank you for helping make these past 20 years successful and look forward to working with you for many more.
We're still having fun, and you're still the one.
Welcome back. Now, here's Brian Staten.
2nd down and 3 for the South Greene Rebels. They have no timeouts remaining. 2:47 left in the football game. Race will come to the near side, line up there. Nash Rader gets it. He'll move outside, now move between the tackles, run it right back up the middle, and he'll cross the 30 up to the 31-yard line, which should be enough and will be enough to move the chains. And Apex Bank 1st and 10 for South Greene.
What South Greene's trying to do now is run the clock out. West Greene, I don't know how many timeouts West Greene's got left.
3.
Oh, well, It might be time to just maybe start calling more.
1st down and 10, 2:23 and counting. Near side will come Couch. Blair will go to the far side with trips to that far side. Gentry and Buckner. Actually, it's going to be Blair who will exit. Couch.
He really went wide, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Went wide to the track. Susong will work out of the gun. Hand it off. Raider. Oh, he's just tripped up in the backfield by West Greene, and I think that was Johnson. And that time, the West Greene Buffaloes do indeed burn their time. I'd say that's going to be McAfee with that shoestring tackle. A Raider still may be running. And the right at the line of scrimmage or 2nd down, about 9.5 either way.
Can I ask?
The mission at TRC Logistics is providing independent advice and identifying the right fit for you. Services are sourced and procured based on solution specifications provided by our supply chain solution. TRC Logistics has the freight management experience you need with the quality you can depend on. Customer service is our goal, not increased profit margins. The mission at TRC Logistics is simple: to provide high-quality services in a timely manner. Our team caters to each project's specific needs to ensure excellence. When service matters, TRC Logistics is the solution.
Next week.
Well, as long as we don't go to Tazewell, I don't care.
We're going, we're going to New Tazewell.
Oh, okay. See what I said? Not to be confused with Old Tazewell. What time we leaving?
I have no idea.
Okay.
It'll be 4-ish.
4-ish, I'll be there.
Yeah. Second down and about 9 for South Green. Out of the West Green timeout. A high snap. Susong saves the day. Comes up with that tall frame and makes the catch on a high snap behind the line at the 30. Make that the 28. And he's down at the 26-yard line. And West Green, I think, finally does burn a timeout. And they do. It's third down and long.
Well. You don't like spot fouls and penalties, right? For holding.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like?
Hometown Realty of Greeneville is selling Greeneville and Greene County 1 yard at a time. Every coach knows making the right call is what makes his team successful. If you want success in moving your real estate, get the home field advantage. Make sure to make the right call. Call Hometown Realty and Auction of Greeneville. Hometown Realty offers you professional service with local hometown people you know and trust. Call Hometown Realty of Greeneville today, 423-639-2345.
Community minded, just like you. Community minded, that's for sure it's true.
You care about the future of this community. You grew up here. You've raised a family here. Your life is here. So is ours.
5 FM. Tennessee football, they take on UTSA, known as Texas San Antonio. They kick off sometime here on your Vol Network station, like 5. Out of the timeout, Susong on the delay handoff, and Raider is brought down and dropped in the backfield as the West Green Buffaloes were back there to snuff that one out. It's fourth down, and West Green will burn their final timeout.
Well,
Justin
goodness
Sintel.
gracious. Now, here's what you want to do if you're South Green, West Green. You want to, Franklin's going to field this punt, and he's going to take it into the end zone, and they're going to score, make it 29-21, or 22. It depends on. They got to kick an extra point anyway. Or maybe not. Anyway, then they're going to kick an onside kick, recover it, score quick.
You got it planned out.
I'm just looking at it. I'm thinking scenarios over here. Okay. But I've got to follow in place here with first step. And for South Green, they're going to punt it down through here and get down here and tackle Franklin, and they're going to run the clock out for them.
Fourth down, about 18 for the South Green Rebels. Race to punt it away. Franklin drifts deep. He's been dangerous in the return game. He's been dangerous in the receiving game. He's been dangerous in the running game. He's been dangerous playing defense.
And he's a warning sign on him.
Yep.
Danger.
Nobody has any timeouts.
One of West Green's going to go try to block this kick.
But they don't have enough people on the field.
That would make it easier.
Now they do.
That make it harder.
Snap is back. They come after it. Race gets it away, tying short. It hits at the South Green 48. It rolls inside the 50. It rolls inside the 45. It rolls dead at the 44, touched up by Dion Blair. And with no timeouts left, down 15, West Green takes over with 1:37 left.
Well, I had the scenario for West Green. They didn't cooperate because they got a great punt from Korner Race.
Yeah.
He got that thing off under duress. West Green's just a touch away from blocking it. Kicked it away from Franklin, kicked it high, but kicked it so that it would hit the ground and roll, and they couldn't field it.
So first down and 10 for the Buffs at the 43 of West Green. And they'll break the huddle, and they'll bring Franklin to the near side. Looks like McAfee's coming with him. And Britton. Daniels out of the gun, rolls the pocket, looks, and a penalty for a hold. And it's really a nice play in the backfield. And or if not, then Daniels is down with no timeouts, and the game's nearly over. It is a holding penalty against West Green, where the defender for South Green was horse collar.
Well, if you're going to hold, it's hold right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was on the line of scrimmage, so they're marking it off from the line of scrimmage. You ought to be happy.
I'm not real happy. I don't. Well, I am happy.
Okay.
That it's not. Actually, they did. They marked it back at the 41, which is where it happened. The infraction did happen there. Actually, it happened at the. Yeah, you went too far, buddy. So far, it's a 13-yard penalty. Okay, now it's a 14-yard penalty.
This guy, this referee, this umpire, he's not a math major. Okay.
Where's the markers?
Yeah.
Where did it happen?
He can't find. He's trying to put the ball down. He can't find the ground. Where's it at?
Whatever. And so now we're going to play. At least it's not a 10-second runoff. I would really be struggling with all that kind of stuff with the clock running. You know what I mean?
We're going to see what we got.
Daniel's going to let it fly. He's going to throw it out of bounds. Incomplete. Was looking for Johnson, a speedster, with just over a minute left in the football game. It'll bring up a second down at 20.
I got a play for you. Let's put the receiver on that far side. Run the same route over here. Bring that opposite side receiver all the way across the middle of the field. Pull that safety over here to cover this receiver and hit that guy across the middle. Touchdown. Offensive genius.
Second down, 20 coming up here for the West Greene Buffs.
There it is. Got Franklin over there.
29-14. South Greene leads. Trips to that far side. Daniels rolls to that far side. And now he backs up, comes back to the weak side or the boundary side, throws it complete to Johnson at the 42, gets out of bounds. Gets about 10 of the yards that were needed on that holding penalty, and it'll bring up third down and 11 with the clock stopped.
Got out of bounds. There's still a blip. Go Twins this side, one receiver wide to the opposite side and run him across the middle. And these two guys on this side clearing it out down the field.
Minute 10 left in the football game. West Greene with the clock stopped on the completion and the out of bounds, and Johnson going out of bounds. No timeouts for either team. Trips again far side. Johnson comes to the near side. Daniels working out of the gun. Kiefer in the backfield with him. Will throw it to the far side. This pass is incomplete and high. It was intended downfield for McAfee, who's got a cramp, and trying to help him out with that cramp. So fourth down and 11 coming up.
Hey, is that good sportsmanship by that South Greene player? Is he trying to twist his leg?
Well, this is one of those things you don't know.
Yeah, this is
9 games out of the year, you'd say yes.
Yeah, okay.
That is good sportsmanship.
It is, and I'm just saying that guy from South Greene, he knew what it was. He immediately went over and tried to cause. He knows what a cramp is, and he was trying to relieve that, from him. So, kudos to that young man. I just give him a hard time about it, though.
So the South Greene Rebels, the West Greene Buffaloes, in the 50th meeting in this series, getting ready to conclude with 1:04 to play on the final gasp effort for the West Greene Buffaloes, who will face fourth down and 11 after McAfee went down with that cramp, dealing with that. And a next week's showdown, we've got all 3 of our stations in play next week. As 95.5 FM WSMG we'll have this conference game between the West Greene Buffaloes and the Cumberland Gap Panthers. Now that'll be here in Mossheim. Cody Gwynn will be here for that. And potentially one Matthew Palazzo will be helping it. It just depends on how much study Matthew Palazzo will do for the game next week against Barton for Tusco.
Take a night off.
Fourth down and 11 for the West Greene Buffaloes. Down 29-14 with 1:04 left. Daniels to pass, set up a screen, incomplete. It's incomplete, and that will end the comeback bid for the West Greene Buffaloes as South Greene will have it. All they have to do is take a knee, 2 knees, and the game will be over.
And everybody's out of timeouts, you said. Yeah, just one knee. Don't get up underneath the center and do it, please. Yeah. But you can spike it from the shotgun position now.
Now you can, yes.
After I had that snafu at Irwin, saying they can't do that, they can't do it. And that referee, I asked him about it, and he cleared me. Yeah. No, they can't.
They cannot do it.
They cannot do it. But because everybody's playing the pistol shotgun, they are allowing it to happen now.
They could not do it.
They could not do it, but now they can.
Right. So South Greene is going to improve to 5-0. They already had their bye week. And more importantly, they'll go to 2-0 in the league.
That's the biggie.
Susong under center will take a knee. Will have to take another one. And they will.
Depends on how good that referee is.
And they finally started the clock.
He kind of wanders up there, and okay, all right, then he's going to play it. He knows it's what's happening, so he's finally going to have to. He's got to blow it. He can't keep from it.
Last year, South Greene with some growing pains with the new quarterback, first Myers, to not play at South Greene for something like 7 years.
At least.
And Susong and Raider kind of split time back there, and they realized, you know what, Raider, you run the ball real well. Susong, you throw it better. So let's do that. They figured it out. They went to the second round of the playoffs last year, and they have started this season in that with those roles established. And they are off to a 5-0 start. Nash Raider and Jacob Susong do a great job combining offensively to come away with the victory here tonight in Mossheim. After taking a loss here last year on top of Big Ridge and losing the milk can, the South Greene Rebels will reclaim it for the 33rd time as South Greene wins in the oldest football rivalry in Greene County, a final score of 29-14, and in the process, claim yet another trophy in this process.
And I believe, if I'm not miscalculating, may have secured a place in the playoffs.
Really good chance, really good possibility.
Because they're now 2-0 in the conference. They'd have to go 2-2. They've already beat West Greene. I believe they've secured a spot.
They also claim the county championship here tonight.
And just a whole lot of things happen. They ain't going to let them off the field.
South Greene is being instructed to go back to the midfield as West Greene was going to hand off where they were going to go just take the can.
Oh, okay.
And they were told, back off. We're going to bring it to you. Oh, it's being escorted out. It's even better. It's getting a police escort.
Getting a police escort. Back up, boys.
Back him up. It's telling them back him up.
Oh, they're going to get over in front of the fans. If they're going over and find the fans in the stands, they're missing them.
Yeah, they're sitting with the band of Rebels. Coming up, it is your McAfee McAfee Law Firm post-game show. Your final score, South Greene 29, West Greene 14. Thanks for listening to the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week right here on WIKQ.
If you're doing a mudroom makeover, debating on a backsplash to shape up your dream kitchen, redesigning your bathroom, or refreshing that custom tile shower with a focal point, come see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring on Kaiser Boulevard. He has floor coverings to complement the latest interior design trends, from modern farmhouse, natural rustic, to traditional southern charm, inspired and more. Remember, you're in good hands, so come see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring on Kaiser Boulevard.
Hello, welcome to Town & Country Pharmacy. Filling your prescription will only take a few minutes. While you're waiting, check out our great selection of Snap jewelry.
If you're having your prescriptions filled at a chain store pharmacy and you feel like your business isn't appreciated, see the friendly staff at Town & Country Pharmacy for fast service. And they make transferring easy. All you have to do is call.
It's a pleasure to serve you at Town & Country Pharmacy. Located on the Tusculum Boulevard between Aunt Bee's and AAA Muffler. Call 798-9000.
This is Friday Nights Under the Lights, featuring West Greene High School, South Greene High School. Now, back to the broadcast booth.
Top of Old Big Ridge, this is the McAfee McAfee post-game show.
This is Attorney Barkley Bell. Helping people is a good investment. The team at McAfee McAfee know how it works. We have one of the most respectable and effective law firms in our region. We take the time to get to know you and handle each case with a strong strategy. Don't make important legal decisions without us. Trust the team at McAfee McAfee Law Firm. 423-638-7000. We're the right firm right now.
This is the McAfee McAfee Law Office post-game show. And now, the Nick Hershey Interline Mortgage scoring recap.
The South Green Rebels win at 29-14. They claim the can, and here's your scoring recap here. The second half, where we had really a lot of the offense that happened here in this second half of play. South Green got off to a bit of a slow start, 3 plays and out, basically had to punt it away to the West Green Buffaloes, who get a good start. They go with a bad snap, though, and a fumbled snap, I should say. Well, a snap over the head of Daniels. That didn't hurt him. South Green, 4 plays. They did not pick up any yards. And then the West Green Buffaloes take over, go 5 plays, 74 yards, the 60-yard touchdown strike. That going from Daniels to Franklin, and covered 60 yards on the play. And the West Green Buffaloes able to kind of get back into this game, but unable to convert on the point afters. 15-6 at that point. The South Green Rebels would get the football, and they would respond in a hurry after a short kick was fielded. Just 4 plays, 53 yards. A 43-yard run by Nash Rader set up a Susong dive into the end zone from a yard away, and the point after would make it a 22-6 game. The West Green Buffaloes respond, 8 plays, 58 yards. They would get into the end zone, a touchdown on the Maddox Garber score. The 2-point conversion converted as well. And they would make it a 22-14 game, but the South Green Rebels were able to just take over. Go 5 plays, 49 yards after the short field, set up by the big 35-yard strike from Susong to Blair. It set up Nash Rader's touchdown run, and the point was good to make it 29-14. In the football game for the South Green Rebels, they had just 10 first downs. They only had the ball for 10 minutes in the game. They had 18 carries, 94 yards, 116 passing yards in the game, as Susong was 7 for 12 with the touchdown. They did lose the fumble, the muff punt. They had just, 4 penalties in the game for 40 yards. Were 1 of 6 on third downs, 0 for 1 on fourth down on the day. West Green had 15 first downs, 150 rushing yards, 112 through the air. They did have the touchdown, and they also had an interception and 2 fumbles. And 2 fumbles lost. 7 penalties for 45 yards on the evening. Were 5 of 17 on third down, 2 of 6 on fourth downs, and had the ball for over 30 minutes in this football game. Just impressive. Individually for the South Green Rebels, rushing the football, Nash Rader 13 carries, 88 yards. Susong 4 for 3, but a score. Rader had 2 touchdowns. Susong on the day, 8 of 11, 119 yards passing with the touchdown. And receiving, Dion Blair 2 for 61, Gentry 2 for 43 with the score. And it was Charlie Lane 1 for 5. Defensively in the football game for the South Green Rebels, finishing with 9 tackles was Zeke Rader. With 8 tackles finishing Dion Blair, and with 8 tackles was Pendleton in the game as well, and Connor Race finishing with 6. For the West Green Buffaloes, rushing the football today, it was Doc Moody, 11 carries, 42 yards. They do it by with everybody. Franklin 3 for 36, Kiefer with 14 carries, 30 yards, Daniels 11 for 25, and Garber 4 for 17 with the touchdown. In the game passing, Daniels was 11 of 20, 114 yards, a touchdown, a pick. And it was Franklin, 5 catches, 58 yards, a touchdown. And Johnson, 3 receptions for 27 yards. And defensively today, leading the way, was Justin Sintel for the West Green Buffaloes with 5 tackles for West Green. The big number, though, South Green gets the victory, their 33rd victory in the 50th meeting against the West Green Buffaloes. That's your Nick Hershey Interline Mortgage scoring recap. Your final was South Green 29 and West Green 14. Coming up, our player of the game. That's next on the McAfee McAfee Law Firm postgame report, presented by Gateway Ford Nissan on WIKQ.
When I think of fall, I think of football. When I think of football, I think of furniture. Lazy Boy Furniture, to be exact.
Well, who wants to watch football in uncomfortable furniture?
At Roberts Furniture, we have an incredible selection of Lazy Boy furniture and over 300 recliners to choose from. At Roberts, you can buy 2 matching Lazy Boy recliners for only $9.99.
Don't order and wait. At Roberts, you can enjoy it now.
Make the short drive to Roberts Furniture and Mattress Gallery in Town Square Shopping Center.
This is Joseph with the McAfee McAfee Law Firm. You're the people that make us proud of the work we do. When one of you is injured in an accident, the first question we ask is your name, not your claim number. We stand for the people of our community every day, working to get the settlement you deserve. We are McAfee McAfee attorneys, and we make your problems our problems. We're the right firm right now. Check out our sweet new website, McAfeeAttorneys.com, or call us day or night at 638-7000.
This is the McAfee and McAfee Law Office postgame show. And now, the Greeneville Real Estate and Auction Team Player of the Game.
We welcome you back into Mosheim here as the South Green Rebels victorious tonight by a final score of 29-14. Time for our player of the game as the coach is going to pick that out. You know, West Green's defense really started holding and doing the things that they needed to do to get their offense the football back, and then they started making some of those plays. South Green was just steady Eddie here this evening as they built a lead, and they did that in taking advantage of a couple of miscues in that first half. Tough to probably find that player of the game in such a rivalry, but I think a deserving player of the game as well.
Yeah, we're going to go with the quarterback Jacob Susong. Hit a few passes. Had a touchdown pass. Hit a big pass late in the game when West Green's trying to come back. You could have went with Nice Schroeder. You could have went some other people, but I think I like the way that Jacob Susong ran the ball some, controlled the game, drove the bus.
Yeah,
as I heard before. And I tell you what, Brian. For people that don't think this game don't mean anything, if it had been here to see the reaction when they presented South Green with the can, they would know how much it meant.
Meant a lot, as Jacob Susong is our player of the game. The Greeneville Real Estate Auction Team player of the game. Call Bill Brown and his great team at 525-5341. Well, Coach, next week we go on the road. We're back in conference play next week because we'll travel up the road a bit on 25. It's always funny. It's 25E going north on 25E. Which means we're going east on 25.
North.
Yeah. It's always fun for me.
Yeah.
No wonder it's always messed up when we go up there
sometimes.
No
wonder to go straight up and take a left.
Yeah, we're heading up to New Tazewell to watch the Claiborne Bulldogs and the Chunky Doke Black Knights in action next week. And we'll hear from Jim Miller to give us an update on how the Black Knights are doing. They were beginning to pull away from Cobb County. We'll see if that actually happened. But Chunky Doke is under Billy Kaler after the loss to South Green. It was a competitive game. They went down to Pigeon Forge last week. 7-0 win. They were on the road tonight in Cobb County, a 5A team, and then they'll go in conference play next week against Claiborne.
Got a good ball club. That was an unusual Saturday morning when Chunky Doke and South Green played. It must have been 150 degrees and dew on the ground and all that stuff, and people getting up playing football at 10 o'clock morning going, 10 o'clock? I ain't even had my breakfast yet.
They were up at 7.
Yeah, sure.
Even worse, yeah. They were at South Green at 7. I'll say that. That's all I know. They were there at 7. Yeah. I don't know what they were doing. They weren't awake at 7, but they were there.
I bet they slept on the bus.
The South Green Rebels victorious here tonight. Great rivalry. I think this game it gave us just about everything we.
It was a typical South Green West Green football game because it was entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't probably spectacularly played. It wasn't great offensively, but it was fun to watch. It would be a ticket it'd be one that you'd be willing to pay a ticket for to come watch and go away happy.
Yeah.
Of course, I wouldn't because I'm cheapskate. But it was fun. It was a lot of action going on. Kids played hard. I thought they played with a lot of sportsmanship.
Yeah.
We didn't have the usual edge that you sometimes come to expect, but they played it hard. They got after each other, patted each other on the head, and went back and played again.
Always good to see you.
Oh, golly. Dang almighty. This is my highlight of my Friday nights, my release point after a hard week of selling real estate.
Always good. Hey, tune in to Coach tomorrow. We're going to have the Tennessee Vols against Texas San Antonio. That begins at 2 o'clock, Coach to Coach. 3 o'clock with the kickoff call-in show, 5 o'clock kickoff down there in Knoxville. As Josh Hugh.
What are we now?
He's back to Hupel. He's back to Hupel.
Okay.
Because they take a tough loss where they didn't show up. Forget to show up in Gainesville last week. So let's see if they can't get back.
They're South Carolina from last year.
There's no more hype in Hypel now for the Vols. It is what's going on.
I can't understand why they haven't called me to be on that Coach to Coach show.
I don't either.
I don't understand that.
But we'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, check on that.
The executive producer of the Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week is Nathan Humbert. Studio host is Jim Miller. Game station engineer tonight is Mary Jones. Special thanks to Rhonda Carter here, our on-site engineer, and the staff here at West Green High School. And always good to see Joe, Corey, and Nunez here in the booth. And as always, for Dalton Lamb and Grassroots Media and what they do and provide the visual here for you in Greene County football and our Game of the Week. We invite you to stay tuned for the Gateway Ford Nissan scoreboard, scores and analysis of tonight's high school football action from across East Tennessee. The Gateway Ford Nissan Game of the Week, a special presentation of Radio Greeneville Sports. Your final score, South Green 29, West Green 14. For Barry Carter, Dalton Lamb, and the rest of the Grassroots Media team, I'm Brian Staten. Until next Friday night, under the lights, good night from God's country in Mossheim.
Friday night Game of the Week with Brian Staten and